Hey.
I should have got me some water. Hey, I told you right. I was nervous. I didn't even eat.
We got your back.
Good morning. It is Saturday, May 15th. We're here with Monique, yours truly, Drake Swift, Alex Sportsmouth, Savage Ketty. How are you guys doing?
Good morning.
Good.
Frozen Tag. Good morning, everybody. I was about to say Frozen Tag. You're it, Drake, because you're kind of frozen a little bit.
Tag, you're it.
It's
We tried to work the kinks out prior, and
no, it's just frozen. I don't know.
Right.
I hear you fine.
We hear you good. You just look like you're doing the robot, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, before you go fix
morning.
Stuff. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. How you doing, Monique?
I'm good. I can't complain. No complaints this way.
Frozen. I don't know what's going on. Internet.
No, you guys are good. Yeah. It's just
on my side.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Not a big deal. So, I'm saying May 15th, but I don't know. These days seem to be flying by. Where you guys go? Well, I don't know. There you go. You're better. So frozen, but these days keep flying by. And I know, Tori, you were doing some horseback riding out in Sedona. How was that?
Oh man, I did a lot of stuff this week. It was amazing. I actually went horseback riding in Goodyear at a place called Corral West. I've made some really good friends out there. This is actually my fourth time going. I got to hang out with the horses, and first let me start by saying 2 of my besties came in to be with me for Mother's Day, being that this was the first Mother's Day without my son Zach
too, because you brought that up like a couple days ago. Well, at first Wednesday, I think you told us there was one friend that was coming in for a specific reason.
And another one,
sorry. You got any more company or what?
Not right now, but one of my best friends, Shannon, she came in, and then my girlfriend, Lavita, they're both from Detroit, but Lavita now lives in Georgia. She lives in Atlanta, so they both flew in. I've known them both since I was like 5. We were like the 3 Musketeers. So they both came in to be with me for Mother's Day, so we went on a whole bunch of adventures. Lavita only came in for like Sunday, Monday. And then Shannon, I actually literally just walked in the door from dropping her off at the airport to be with you guys. So yeah. But yeah, so did the horseback thing, went to Sedona yesterday. It was awesome. She's never been, so it was fun to be able to show her around and, just hang out and got to go to some places. Yeah, catch up and just, it really was. So I'm very blessed to have such great girlfriends that are so supportive.
Nowadays
so
we gotta enjoy your time as much as you can.
Yes, you do.
Isn't that the truth?
Whenever you can, just like a workout.
Yes. Yeah. So, and Drake, I was laughing because I remember you telling me last time you went, like whatever restaurant you guys went to, and we walk up to this one restaurant and I see the prices and I'm like, oh shit, this must be the restaurant Drake was talking about. Because their prices are ridiculous. Right. I was like, we're gonna go get Mexican. We're not doing this.
Like, damn, you gotta pay for a toothpick? What the hell?
Oh, it was stupid. It was like, I was like, what's going on here? So no, I ended up I got this really cool ring too. So there's a like a fossil gem store there, and they have all these different like I said, dinosaur fossils and gemstones and all these cool artifacts and stuff, and I ended up getting a ring with Zachary's birthstone in it.
Wow.
So,
but what's on the ring? Like,
it's citrine. It's citrine, and it's just got a very like.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah, okay, isn't it pretty? Can you see it? Just the carvings in it. Yeah, I thought it looked very. No, I thought it looked very
and I
like
hate to get punched in the
European
face.
royalty. It's got a little right. It's got this like European royalty kind of feel to it, but it's citrine, and citrine is a really good gemstone for like for your center balance and also like bravery and being strong. And I thought it was just very fitting. Cool. So yeah, I was pretty excited. So it was a really nice week. One much needed.
Nice. So, Monique, have you ever been to Phoenix?
No, never been to Phoenix.
Never been to Phoenix.
Love to come.
Oh, you got to come visit.
I would love to
visit. Where she's describing it called Red Rock Country, so it's actually north. It's about an hour and a half north of Phoenix. A lot of mountains. Very expensive up there, like she was saying. I think my two daughters and her boyfriend, we went out to dinner. It was a steakhouse right on the main strip, and it was like, yeah, it was expensive.
Well, it was like probably figuring if you're gonna come all the way up here, you might as well charge them, right? I mean, so.
Like it wasn't like too bad, but it was still overpriced. Like I'm not going to pay $40 for a little tiny. I'm just not going to do that, right? Or you know, like $18 for a kid's meal. Like I'm sorry, you're eating like an adult at that point. So, but we went to the Mexican restaurant that was there, and we had the best service. I wanted to take the little busboy home with me. He was so sweet, so nice. I ended up tipping him extra because he was just the nicest little kid. Like afterwards, he walked away. I was like, "Oh, your mom did such a good job." I even said it. I was like, "He is too cute." So I'm really glad we. Yeah, it was cool. We had a really good time.
I used to be a busboy.
You definitely have to come visit us.
I don't know if anybody ever. I will. I was busting at Roman Village, but that was awesome.
Really?
I did. Busting at what, Alex?
Roman Village. I used to be a busboy. Me and my friend.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Jamie for being a busboy at Roman Village.
Hey, that's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. It's not.
Hey, we met a couple of friends there at that time too, so that was cool. Couple female friends.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
So, free food.
A lot of retirees up there. You know, like I said, everything is actually overpriced. So a lot of Arizona towns, like in the middle of nowhere, Monique, a lot of retirees, a lot of old folks, like people with money. So I went into the Harley shop. And it's right on the same strip. And for a hat and a shirt, I paid over $100. And I'm like, if I went to Phoenix, it probably would have been like $30 less. But yeah, everything really overpriced there. Just because it says
paying for brand, bro. Paying for brand.
Honestly, though, I feel like the stuff that I like is not overpriced because there's a lot of, like, you being a massage therapist, there's a lot of holistic stuff there. So a lot of people are trying to sell the same things. So I feel like I'm like, I know I can get that for $20 cheaper down the street, right? I'm that person. So I feel like those things, because there's so much of it, those things are actually pretty fairly priced compared to, the other, like the Harley stuff and things like that stuff. But even just going,
they have their own certain levels. You can only, price levels. You can only charge.
You can only gouge so much. There's a lot of jewelry and crafts and art stuff. We went to an art show that was really cool. So you would love it. You would love it. When you come, we're taking you.
Okay.
You would love it. You would love it. I swear.
So Monique's from Detroit. She said the West Side. When she said Tyreman, I don't know what was the other street. Every time, go ahead.
Tyreman in 96 area. It's like 10 minutes from where I was working, Vitech.
West Detroit.
Yeah.
Every time I think of Tyreman, I think of there's a strip club over there. So you gotta forgive me. So every time I think of Tyreman, I think of Brass Key. over there.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Tiger
Right.
Lily.
Right. I mean, hey, it's hard not to, man.
Right?
Like, when we were DJing and doing the things we did, it's hard not to. And I think of car parts because I used to drive for Murray's and deliver car parts over there in Warren and Tireman, and then we DJ'd, like we pretty much owned the damn club on Warren and I think it was Warren. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Warren and Tireman. I was thinking it was Warren and Schaefer, but there was always a little on the corner, and then there was like a party store, but there was it was a little hall, and we DJ'd there, like that was just our spot, and so just be right kitty corner from I think St. Alphonsus, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture that area.
But yeah, that area was pretty wild back in the day.
Really? Because it was a Taco Bell over there in that area, correct?
Yeah, like similar, like a little bit further down, but same area.
Somebody check Brass
Little
Key.
days.
I don't know. Every time I think of the West Side,
Brass Key.
Over there by the liquor store, House of Liquor.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, every time I don't know why, but for some reason we always talk about White Castle on this show.
Right.
And everyone in the White Castle we would go to was on Warren. We'd always late at night and stuff after hanging out or whatever partying. So.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the ladies at Brass Key.
Right.
And the ladies at White Castle.
And the ladies at White Castle.
And I used to work at Taco Bell on Warren in Wyoming.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right in the
That was my
neighborhood.
first job.
Oh.
I used to. It's funny because I used to date somebody that went to St. Alphonsus, so St. Al's, right on the west side.
Did she work at the Brass Key or no?
No, she didn't.
Right. Every time I always think about it.
Every time I think of the area of Warren and like Warren Schaefer area, right. I don't know why. I just pictured right when you were talking about that, the Taco Bell, I'm thinking of like the funeral home that's over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking of the funeral home.
A lot of memories, man. A lot of memories for everybody.
Right.
A lot of
Those
memories.
are the two most random locations that remind you of that area: a strip club and a funeral home. But okay.
Right.
The two most important things in life, right?
Right. That strip club was crazy. So you have no choice but to think about a funeral home after that strip club.
Right.
At least the transportation was very quick.
Listen, anybody that goes there, they're not getting COVID or nothing. They ain't die. They fine.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. They could beat any virus. They're good.
So growing up in the retirement area, what high school you said you went to North, right? Northwestern?
Yeah, I went to Northwestern.
Oh, wow.
Went to Northwestern. I for whatever reason, because I went to Western. I think Alex graduated from Holy Redeemer, but for whatever reason,
Holy Redeemer.
Yeah, Alex went to Holy Redeemer.
I went to Holy Redeemer. I didn't graduate from there, but
I'll just say he graduated.
but yeah.
We'll give it to you.
I did graduate, but not from there. But yeah,
I don't know for whatever reason when I think of Northwestern, I think of going to the building, looking at it's not directly across the street though, the Motown Hall of Fame, but it's right there. But I don't know for whatever reason when I picture that building, because I don't know for whatever reason I went in there. I think of detectors, not motion detectors, but like security, like going through like airport, and I'm like, and at the time Western didn't have those. What are they called? And I can't think of what the
metal detectors.
Metal detector.
Right.
Walk through. Like I said, going to Northwestern, I'm like, damn, Western don't have these. Why does Northwestern have these? So growing up and graduating from Northwestern, was it rowdy? Was it really crazy going there? I can't, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I was so to myself. I wasn't a social butterfly at all. I was one of those, what my son called it, popular loner.
Oh,
I had like 3, 4 friends, and it's funny because when I go out now and I see someone that I went to school with, they be like, "Hey, Monique," and I be sitting there like,
right. Let me ask you a quick question. We must have similar traits because and I'm honest question, do you get this like where you to the point where you're like, wow, how did these many people know me? When do you get this a lot? You look familiar.
Yeah, I get it all the time.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I said, well, I always say, well, I DJ, but I wasn't like worldwide known, but I DJed for like 7 years. So, I mean, you might know me from there. I don't know, but it can be pretty weird.
Yes, you know, when I started thinking about, I said, well, maybe you know me from church. You know, I started thinking about all the stuff that I did. I'm like,
right.
Church, or maybe you know me from University of Phoenix. I don't know.
You're just thinking about where they see you probably the most.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Someone asked me, I say I used to do porn, and you know.
Right.
Hey, look, maybe that'll work. I'll try that one next time.
Right. Just switch it up and be like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Maybe you've seen one of my videos.
Exactly.
You gotta try it.
Yeah.
Right. Did you like what you saw?
Please no autographs. It's my day off.
Exactly.
You just see sometimes their face drop to like, oh shit, what am I doing? Then you think maybe they're the bad guy.
I'm gonna try that one day too. Like, oh, you probably saw me on a porn video.
Right.
Yeah, when I was bartending, I used to say that.
I wouldn't go to the Olympics 2011 or so. Just make some shit up, you know.
Yeah.
Or someone, you know what, another one, and I swear I did all the time. Someone will go, you look so familiar. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And they're like, yeah, did you? And they'll say something. I said, no, I know. And they're like, well, how do you know? And I said, well, I used to be a man. And they just kind of look at me. I used to say it bartending all the time. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, my doctor did a really good job shaving down my Adam's apple. They're like, what? I was like, yeah, my name was Tony. And they're like, what the fuck? And then I just walk off.
That's funny.
I used to be a man. They don't really try to hit on me after that or say they know me. They're like, oh,
nowadays,
it's weird.
Right, but I mean, nowadays with social media and everything, like I said, hey, have fun with it. You can be whoever you want to be.
I do it. I say it. You're not in there, whatever.
I was second baseman for the Detroit Tigers from 2005 to 2010. No, actually, I was working at Vitec, but.
So you say that. So I was watching, I for whatever, I subscribe to all the damn fucking streaming services, right? We were just talking, So I was watching Martin the other day, and there was an episode where Martin went to LA to be on a show. And Tommy, he's like, hey, Tommy, you gotta be careful, man. Some of these girls out here.
You gotta look for the Adam's apple.
Gotta look for the Adam's apple.
Tommy's sitting next to him going,
that's my favorite.
He's looking at her. He's looking at her. He's like, you looking at her. You looking at her.
That's a classic.
You never know.
I think that was one of my favorite.
Shave it down. Yeah. Same.
That was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, sharing that. I was like, no, but I love it. You know, I like when he started the pancakes at Waffle House, and they ran out of meat, and they started using. You don't want to know what I used for the last batch, like.
Yeah, the last episode I seen was the one where the pastor. Gina's pastor, he was dirty and he was trying to hit on him. Oh man, and then they tried to like trick him
David,
with the.
That was David.
Yes. Oh man, I was rolling.
That was Pam's cousin.
Right.
Yeah, Pam's cousin. He was doing way too much.
I was talking about. I was cracking up because I sent him the video. And it's just such a great show, and I think he said it was only like 6 minutes. And I'm watching them, and as I
definitely holds up,
because I used to live at River Place, so when they show the River Place outside right there in Joseph Campos and Jefferson, I used to I used to live in town, so it brings a lot of back memories, even though they never recorded shit down there. But besides just the building or whatever,
they got one shot, bro.
I was trying to. When they showed Gina's outside of her apartment, I'm like, I wonder if that's a building somewhere in Detroit that maybe I don't know. But the Joseph Campos and Jefferson, it
makes you think, right?
There's River Place right outside. But where Brother Man comes in, and he's like, Brother Man, There ain't what do you call it outside with the stairs?
Fire
Yeah,
escape.
Fire escape.
Fire escape.
I want to know, but man, there ain't no fire escape. You know.
You know, bro, man.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
now you're gonna have me binge watching that all day today because I ain't got nothing else to do after.
So many great characters. So many great characters.
So growing up on the West Side, how was your childhood? Because you said you were not a social butterfly.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't.
You weren't a social butterfly. Were you into sports or you know? Because to me, I would think you look like a cheerleader, maybe a cheerleader. Like that.
Hey, you trying to call me bougie, Monique?
Right. You know what? Honestly, I started. I did cheerleading. I mean, I was a cheerleader for like a week. This was in elementary. I mean, middle school. Not long though.
Right.
I probably went to a couple of games. It was always, you know what? It was always an issue with picking me up from school. Like, you know, like going to practice. So when I got in high school, I tried track. I went to like maybe two practices, and then after that, my dad like, I can't come pick you up.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not walking home at 5, 6 o'clock. It gets dark around that time. So I'm like, I'm not walking home at that time. So I couldn't. I just stopped.
Right.
So really, I wasn't really into sports like that. I went to school.
Was it little things like that that kind of, you were like, you know what, like this is gonna be too much. It just probably. So let me just try to do something else where I can, you know what I mean, like make it easier on my parents and on myself a little bit.
Right. Because when my dad said he can't pick me up, I'm like, okay, I know me. I'm not walking.
Yeah, right.
So I never did try to say, well, hey, could your parents give me a ride, or you know, because I wasn't really social like that.
Right.
So
did you live from Northwestern?
So after that, I just kind of like just gave it up. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna start working. So I was really go to school, get out of school, go to work.
Right, and that was pretty much the
Northwestern.
That was about like 2 miles, 3 miles from my house.
So walking home at night, you know, it's dark at like 4:30 in Detroit. So you'd be walking home dark, right?
It would have been about 6 o'clock, because I want to say tryouts was about 4:30.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tryouts practices.
Yeah, walking home in Detroit at that time is a whole nother sport.
Right.
You're good. It's a whole nother sport.
Look, I would be running home. No.
Okay, yeah. For real though. For real.
Exactly.
No joke. She got nope.
Night in the snow. Nah. Yeah, don't want to do that.
We used to
we forgot about the snow.
Exactly. We used to walk, me, my friends. Well, you know, I had like 3 friends, 4 friends. But we used to walk from Tireman and Beechwood all the way to Northwestern.
Wow. Yeah, that's a walk.
Yes. Yeah. And then it used to be so funny because my friend used to always say, my best friend, we're still best friends to today. She used to always say, I'm not walking today. We about to call the cab. I got money for the cab.
Yeah, that's
cab about to come pick you up.
Right. She's like, I got us, girl.
She used to say, I got us. Then she had a friend that used to pick us up.
And you guys probably used to be like, thank God.
Man.
Yeah, been there and done that. And that's the life.
Oh, imagine if you had Uber then. Would you be using Uber or would you be calling a cab?
I think I would use a Uber.
You know, I was thinking about the other day, you know, growing up in Southwest Detroit, I didn't take a lot of cabs. You know, I don't know. You know, I used to go everywhere with my grandmother. She used to take me places and stuff. But we always got on the bus. I don't know why.
I hated the bus.
Same.
No, I don't know if the cab was really expensive and it was, you know, like you say, bougie or whatever. I don't know if it was bougie or what, but I don't know. We just always got on the bus. And my grandmother, she knew what bus from bus, you know what I mean? Like the back.
Right. Because she showed up on time back then. That's
knew what to get out. Like today, if I got on the bus in Detroit, I would get fucking lost. I would, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know what the fuck. All I know is my grandma would be like, okay, you got to get on the Baker bus. And that's the only fucking bus that I knew.
Damn, you said the Baker bus. Wow.
He done name dropped that bus.
That's crazy. That's Michigan in trouble. That's my old school area. That's why.
That's the only bus that I could
bus. Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know what to do on a bus. Like, you know, I guess we're so spoiled right now that all we do is click a button and it shows up at our fucking house, right?
Yeah. They got an app. They actually got an app for that. No.
They got an app. They got an app.
Where the buses show up and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
On the bus.
That's cool.
You know the bus route, so you know what I mean. Like
all that's on there. That's pretty cool.
As a teenager, that could be very confusing. So I've been to New York. I've been to DC. I've been to some of these places that have massive transit, and I'm fine. But in Detroit, I would get fucking lost because I'm used to going. If I've been in New York City, I go over. I look at the line. I'm like, okay, I need to go downtown or I need to go uptown.
Right.
You're going one way.
Yeah, just like in DC, you're like, okay, I need to take the blue line to the red line, get off at the red line, jump on the green line, we gone. Detroit, I'm like, oh, fuck, where am I at?
Right.
I couldn't get on a bus and be like, and it's funny because, like I said, you know, elderly people, your grandparents, they knew that's what they did. They got on the bus and they one side to another. You know, to always take me downtown.
Well,
and we used to go to
too,
right? And I didn't know. We just went on the bus, but I don't know whatever the fucking bus line we took.
You know, so, when we were kids, when we were younger, it was okay. And as we got older, you know, like you said, the other cities compared to ours, you know, compared to Detroit, I think that there's this stigma that if you take a bus, you're broke, you're this, you ain't got nothing, you know. So when I go to DC or when I've been to New York, any of those places, I like taking the transportation. I'm like, this is cool. I ain't got to drive. I don't got to go in traffic. I don't have to worry about it. I just hop on and go. And so they have that, you know, that misconception or that stigma that when you get on the bus, you're, you know, broke. Like you struggling, you're embarrassed, right? And you go there and it's a normal thing. You're standing on the bus with, you know, or you're standing on the bus or you're standing on the subway with people who are in business suits and who clearly got money, or somebody who looks, you know, of higher class, and it's not something to be embarrassed about.
Regardless, you just don't want to be on the bus. You're like,
every time I go to those right. Listen, there's so many people I've met out of state that they have cars. They got 2 and 3 cars and they still take public transportation. Right. Every time I'd return back home to Detroit, I would always say, God, I wish it was like that here. Like, I wish that it was okay and people didn't feel weren't made to feel some type of way, or they actually put this in, you know, this mass transportation in for us, because it would be so beneficial. It really would.
My sister used to drag me on the bus. Go ahead, Monique. Go ahead.
Honestly, with me, it wasn't about that. I used to get so sick on the bus. Like I get
motion sickness.
Motion sickness.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, and all
I've heard that. I've heard a lot of. Yeah,
I used to get so sick, so I used to be like, "Oh no, I can't do this bus." So anything, like even like on a boat, I'm sick.
I was gonna say that you don't do well on water either.
I am sick.
Said, oh, no.
I'm looking all fabulous and shit, but I'm about to.
So you're not going on the cruise with us, I take it. Huh?
You know what? I've been on the cruise, and the cruise was cool. But did
you like it?
You feel like you're on land on a cruise, probably more.
Right. But one day the water was really rocky, and I got sick. Yeah. I was sick that whole day.
You know, my daughters get, and my daughter, my ex-wife, they get motion sickness. What is this? What is it? Is it, you know, my daughter does better in the front seat, and the back seat, it's really sick.
Yeah,
where they're comfortable at.
Yeah, but the back seat, she'll get sick.
You know what? I get real hot and it feel like I have to throw up.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
So I can't do it. Like, I don't mind driving. I love to drive. That's why I'm a traveling massage therapist. I love driving.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like that peaceful. It give me that peaceful space. Like, you know, got my music going and I'm rolling.
So
I
when you
have
go on,
several family members like that. They don't want, like, they're like, well, I gotta drive. If we go anywhere, I gotta drive. I remember when we were kids, I would get so mad because I would be like, dang, I'm the oldest. Why can't I sit in the front? And they're like, because she throws up. She's gotta sit in the front. And I would always have to sit in the back seat. I'd be so mad.
when you go somewhere with the husband or whatever, the kids, or let's say a day trip, are you the one that's driving?
No, I let my husband drive.
Hey.
Those times you're chilling.
Hey, look, but
You're
I
the
do get
DJ.
sick and I go to sleep. Like if we going out of town and he's
Yeah.
driving, I get sick and I go to sleep. And he said, "You always going to sleep."
Oh, you're a bad.
But you know what though?
My
You know
ex-wife,
what though? And I'm sure
She got a pillow. She got everything set up.
He probably likes driving because it's probably a peace of mind for him because I've drove with my ex-wife and stuff and went on trips and I'm just like, you just look. Oh, I love her so much. She's sleeping. She ain't talking to me. Yeah, sleep. Shut up. Don't say nothing.
I'm so used
That's
to
what he
being
said.
the driver.
But no, you just enjoy that ride and you get. That's probably sometimes it felt like that was my only peace of mind. But I still have my loved ones right next to me. So
I got a question for you, Alex. So, did you drive? Because when I think of Dina, I would think she was driving.
Right.
Are you driving?
No, I always drove. There would be very rare times I would be like, babe, can you drive? Please. I don't care. I guess.
I want someone to
like,
drive for me.
But
See, I was always the driver. Like I never dated anybody that was the driver. And that's because I drove across this country all by myself many times.
I always wanted to drive because
I was always the driver.
I want to get home.
He said, I want to get home.
So I'm a little impatient. So I'd be like, no, I got it. Unless I'm that tired or
I was always the driver. I was always the driver. So yeah, every woman they were like, you drive. That's the only thing that women want to give.
We would have jokes, They
want to give up no arguments. Oh, go ahead, you drive. You go ahead.
You know what? If my children are in the car, I like to drive too. I'm like, nope, I got it. I doesn't care how tired I am, how far we got to go. 4 hours, 5 hours, let's go. Get in the car. I'm driving. I just
That's so
have
funny though.
you have that peace of mind when your kids are in the car.
That's so funny though. Monique's like, oh yeah, I drive. I'm always driving.
Or other people's kids. I'm like, nah, I got this. I got to make sure the kids get home safe.
Right.
I got cat-like reflexes. We doing this. Get in the car. Just turn the music on. Make sure I got some snacks and a Red Bull. We'll be good. Let's go.
Yes. I got snacks all in my car.
Yep.
Monique's got 3 children, correct?
Yes.
3 children.
17,
Married for 7. How long have you been with your husband? You've been married 7 years, but I think that's what you said yesterday.
Yes.
Or Thursday. How long have you been with him?
13 years. Well, 14 years. I'm sorry.
So so I noticed when you go to your Facebook, you do not have a joint Facebook. Does he have his own?
Yes, he do.
Okay. I'm just wondering because some couples they gotta have that Facebook.
No joint Facebook.
I have to laugh
He do
every
whatever
time
he do on his page, and I do whatever I do on my page.
Right.
You know what that means? That's called trust.
Trust, right?
Right.
So when
Respect and trust.
Question: when you see these couples and they have joint Facebook, you have a trouble. And then this is top layer. You have trouble to say, well, it says it's his birthday, but is it her birthday or I'm just every time fuck, I don't know.
Right.
Let me just make it bland as fuck. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's it. With some balloons after.
With some
balloons emoji.
Throw a balloon in there.
So you said how long have you been together? You said, I'm sorry, 10 years?
14 years.
14 years. So 14 years so Facebook, probably social media started become very popular. So dating during, I guess in the beginning stages or being together, dating, and all that. How did you guys deal with social media? Did that affect your guys' relationship at all?
Because you know what, my husband just got on Facebook. Maybe.
Congratulations! What's his name?
David.
David, congratulations! Welcome to social media.
Welcome to the real world.
He just
it took me a minute to do that same
just
thing.
Started Facebook maybe 2015.
Okay, right.
And I've been on Facebook since like 2008, 2009.
Right.
When he in 2015, I know when I originally when I went on Facebook, I think in 2009 and 2010, I had to go over to the wife at the time and be like, "Hey, I don't know how to fucking do this. How do you do this?" Did he have to do that with you?
No.
He just said, "No, I got it."
He got right on in. He dived right in. Like when he wanted to get a Facebook, I'm like, "What you want to get a Facebook for now?"
What you need? What
like
you don't need that,
right? Good. Why are you gonna mess it up?
Right, you've been going this long with no Facebook, and now you want one 2015. Yeah, I thought it was a problem with me in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Because it was just kind of all of a sudden, probably. So you're like, and it took me like 3 years too, and it bothered me because my wife at the time, we would go to games and concerts and stuff, and I was like, what do you guys, we would do the double date thing, and then me and my friend would be like, what are they doing? Like we went to a George Lopez concert one time, and they were both of our wives were messaging each other, and their friends were like 7 rows behind us. I was like, are you serious? Like we just paid $150 for these seats, and you guys are messaging each other right behind it, and the show's about to start. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I just got to get involved and all that stuff. So I did.
When he came to you or he told you he was going to do a Facebook, and you said you had a little problem with it at the beginning. What was it? Was it? I mean, is it because you're like, oh shit, women have access to him? What was it?
I think it was more of that, and then I think it was more. My husband, he's from Gary, Indiana.
Oh wow!
Okay.
So
Michael Jackson. Did he?
No, he ain't no Jackson. He haven't even been to the Jackson's house.
Damn,
you know they got it all set up like a
museum
now.
About 5 times this week.
But
wow.
So he's real, like he knows a lot of people. Like he was one of those popular people in school.
Okay.
And me, I wasn't. So like every year he's going to his class reunion versus me. I'd be like, okay, if I go, I go.
Right.
But he goes to his class reunion every year. And just the love you see when you go, like, cause I go with them. Right. And the love you see, they be like, "Hey, Dave Dean," or they. I'm like,
right,
okay, but they excited. But I love to see that because I wasn't that social butterfly like he was.
Right.
So, and if you meet him though, if you meet my husband, I know he's on here. You probably be like, he look mean as shit. He has this mean look all the time.
I've seen a few pictures, but no.
So where at work?
We met Stephan. I was a Chicago Stephan. Dancing. So we met at it was called Club Yesterdays in Southfield.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we met. So we met dancing. Yeah. We danced with each other. He used to always try to dance with me, and I used to be like, "No, let me finish my drink," because I didn't want to dance with him. He told me I was gonna knock that damn drink out your head.
Take your hand. That's awesome.
He kept asking me, "Can you let me dance?" I'm like, "Nah, let me finish my drink." So one day, I was dancing with this guy. He was like a brother to me, friend and family, and he was asking my husband, like, "Hey, how do you do this move?" And so that's when me and him end up dancing because he had showed him how to do the move on me.
Oh wow!
And after that, that's when we started talking, and after that, that's 14 years later.
History.
That's right.
Beautiful.
So you
that
met
sounds
him
like a setup. Hey, show me how to do this move.
Right.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
He cared enough to put a master plan together, and it worked. God bless.
Wait, I got a question. How did he do with the move? Did he do good?
Yeah, because he was showing him the move. He's real good at Chicago stepping.
Hey,
like,
it was a good thing he did the move.
I'm always so jealous. I was so jealous. I always want to learn.
No.
Yeah, he's real good.
So what is? Can you tell me what Chicago stepping is? Because I don't know what that is.
It's a like a 8-count step. I had to actually show you. I can't just really tell you.
Go ahead, show me.
It's like ballroom.
Like ballroom, yeah, like ballroom.
It's like ballrooming, but it's not. I think it's
so I know ballroom. So what's the twist on it?
The twist is it's an 8-count step.
Okay.
So like with ballroom and you going you stand up.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
With ballroom and it's pretty much you going like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And with stepping, you going 1, 4, 7, 8,
okay.
1. But you doing it together. But I love Chicago.
I see. So
stepping.
it's like more back to front, side to side than it is like.
We're gonna need a Zoom. We're gonna have to do a Zoom, and you're gonna have to teach me.
Yeah.
I really want to learn.
Do you still do it?
Since COVID, I haven't.
Right.
My husband went one time last year when they opened up.
Yeah.
But
that dude in the house, huh?
Right. Yeah.
So in Michigan, where do you go? Well, despite COVID, where would you normally go?
We were recently going to Firewater, but Firewater is closed.
Oh. We were just talking about that the other day, I believe.
Has a song about stepping from Chicago.
Yes.
Monique, when I any kind of dancing, I always revert to my favorite scene. This is me, probably the drunk guy, but
Uh-oh.
Okay,
there we go.
Yeah, right.
That's me right there, falling over.
And that's me coming in play.
Oh boy, that is my favorite movie.
I know, and I shared that not long ago, and I see you. I think you liked it or you commented on it. Yeah, that's I love it.
That's a classic.
I was a huge fan of Kid and
That's
Play.
a classic.
Back in the day, and I wasn't afraid to tell nobody. I didn't care.
No.
They call it popcorn rap and all that, but
he ain't gonna hurt nobody.
If it wasn't for Kid and Play, I would have probably never learned how to dance, unless I might have known a Mexican couple dance moves or something, but from my mother and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, Kid and Play was it.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, man, what does your husband do?
My husband, he's a supervisor at Centos, the uniform company.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys meet. Do you have the 3 children together, or
we have 2? We have 2 together. I already have my oldest boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old is your oldest boy?
He's 17. He will be 18 in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh.
Go to high school.
He lives in Tennessee with his dad. Tennessee.
That's right. That's what you said. He was Tennessee, and then he told you he didn't want to go to prom, or he missed prom.
Right, missed prom. They told me too late. I'm like, ain't this about a blip? This is this is all you get. This is your 12th grade year, but I think COVID kind of messed it up a lot too.
Right.
Because he's
absolutely.
He's really not in that 12th that spirit. He just like, I want to get it over with and graduate.
He's kind of got your genes, like as far as just like I just want to take care of business and get on. And it's funny you say that, 'cause like when I first met you, I was gonna say when I first met you at work, like now that you say that, I could see that because that's how you were. But you were like me. You were nice. You were when spoken to, real cool. But working in that place, I was like, God, I used to tell you, I was like, God, I feel sorry for you. But it was all love, though. It was all love. Everybody was like a family over there, so it was. I liked working there and all that. But yeah, so you were definitely to yourself, and you come in, you wanted to work and go home. Shit.
Right.
That's all anybody wants to do.
Does your boy play any ball or anything? Is he no?
He just like me. Just like
more of an introvert too.
Yeah, he said he the one said it. He said, "Mom, I'm a popular loner." He said, "I don't have a lot of friends." He said, "People know me, but I don't have a lot of friends." But
I was the same way too.
Yeah.
How about you?
A lot of friends either.
How about your two
couple good ones?
My middle child, he has social issues too. My youngest, he's the one oh my God. Extrovert. Oh my God, he's one of those kids that just go out and like, hey world, it's me. I'm here.
Hey.
Wow,
everybody loves him.
Then, huh? Night and day.
Does he worry you? Does he worry you? Like, you know what I mean? How old is he?
Which one? My youngest?
Youngest, yeah.
He's 7.
You said 7, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he's 7.
He's like, I'm about to break that mode.
Yeah. He's like, I'm about to change the game.
Right.
You have 3 boys or 2 boys and a girl?
Nope, 3 boys, no girls.
Your boy mom.
Yes.
Me too.
I loved it too.
Me too. I wouldn't trade it. I mean, girls are cool and all, but when they're other people's girls, like I can hang out with them. I don't have to discipline them, right? We're just cool.
2 girls, two girls, right. 2 girls up there and the other above me.
Yeah, no, I love girls. I like to do all the girl things with them. It's the other stuff that comes with it. I'm like, talk to your dad.
Hey, we should drop our daughters off with Tori then, Drake, one day.
Yeah.
You guys, you and your husband done? Any more children, or is that it?
No, we're done.
She said no. Did you see her face?
Great face. No.
Like you start stepping again, you might.
It's gonna be a hard no.
Hey, look, rekindle some flames around here, huh?
Hey.
Like, hey, baby, remember that move? Let me show you that move.
Remember that move?
More time.
You know what? I'm too busy. Like, I'm too busy to even think about another kid.
Right.
Like,
and let's get into that. I don't know where else you're gonna go with it, Drake, but you know, the Escape Wellness. I see you wearing your shirt.
Yes, Escape Wellness.
Yeah,
I need one of those. I love my t-shirt guy.
So you were working at the place Alex was working at for years. How long did you work there?
17 and a half years.
Wow.
That's a long time. So I don't know. I know where Alex worked there, but was there 2025? Was there a retirement plan?
No, your 401k, no pension or anything like that.
Not the pension. Okay, I'm just wondering because I know you said in 2014, you went for massage. I think that's what you were saying. You and your husband, you were like, "Hey, I can do this," and you ended up doing it. You went back to school, got your certificate, but you said the biggest thing was, you did have people push you because you were scared to do that. Mm-hmm. And I was having a conversation with a buddy the other day. He's been doing graphic artist for about 25 years, but he's always worked from home. And he was telling me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He's so busy because he's constantly, he's wearing all hats, right?
Okay.
And I always tell him, hey, why don't you think about maybe opening up an office, maybe getting a secretary, doing. Because, he's a very perfectionist, right? He's got to make sure that he's the guy that does it, carries A to Z, right? And I told him, I said, because he was saying, the wife was telling him, I think it's time for you to give some of those duties to someone else. It takes up, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs are scared to do that, to venture out and take those risks. And take those like, oh my God. So when you say that you were scared shitless to do that, it's nerve-wracking, right? I don't know. For me, I never had those. I just go fucking do it. And when I talk to him and I tell him, like, just go fucking do it. Just go do it. And you said once you did it, it's kind of like it's a feeling like, wow, I've done it. Here it is, and you did. And once you did it, and I know you said you didn't regret it, right? You're like, I should have did this a long time ago.
You don't know where to start. Most people don't know where to start.
And they have that fear when they don't have that knowledge. So the fear of not knowing where to start and messing up or wasting time. And then fear stops so many people in their tracks.
It was like that fear of failure. to my
Yes.
family. Like, because I was planning on leaving 2016. And so my husband had that fear as well. So he like, well, you know, if you don't have any clients, you're not gonna get paid. I mean, so much. So he stored that fear in me too. Like, oh well, yeah, okay, you know. So
but really just being realistic about it, right?
Exactly. He's being realistic, and he was thinking about, you know, he was just thinking about a lot of stuff. Me, sometimes I don't think about it. I just be like, if I want to do it, I want to do it.
Right.
He stopped me in 2016. I'm like, okay, I got back scared, so I ended up working because I was supposed to start working at this place called Essential, which I did. I did work there. I worked 2 jobs, and I was just kind of like, you know, just saving money. I enjoyed it. I worked there for like a year, but that's when my oldest boy moved out of town. So I really didn't have a babysitter then. You know, it was kind of like a lot of stuff.
Right.
So they end up letting me go, you know. She fired me on my day off.
Everything happens for a
reason. Oh no!
How'd you get fired on your day off, Craig?
Fired me on my day off.
Oh man. Oh man.
I was sitting at home on the couch and she called me, and I'm like, she was like, I just calling to let you know that I'm gonna you know, I'm gonna let you go. But she saw that I was busy though, because I was working full time, and then after work I would come there.
Right. So she was just cutting the cord before you.
Yeah. Like, I know you have a lot going on. You know, your son just moved out of town, so it wasn't like a bad. Okay, well, you get fired because of this. She saw that I had a lot going on, and I was trying to still kind of balance it and make it work, and I couldn't, because it got to a point where I was telling her like, hey, I can't come in to do a massage because I don't have anybody to watch the kids, or, you know, my husband was still at work, so I still had to pick the kids up from school and just a lot of stuff. So she saw
it was all for your good.
Huh?
I said it was for your best at the time.
Yes, yeah. So I wasn't mad. I was like, you know, thank you for the opportunity, and, you know, kept it rolling.
Yeah, you still got fired on your day off though.
Still got fired on my day off.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit?
When you go back to where you got the massage and you're like, hey, I can do this. Of course, you know, they always say do things that you're going to be passionate about, or do things that you like, that you love. Did you once you got the massage with your husband, did you fall instantly in love with, hey, I can do this?
I did. I did. And then it was so close, because in the past I had went to school for I was taking all my pre-reg classes for health for nursing. So it kind of like it gave me that feel, because since I had my discouraging moments, or, you know, I didn't get into the nursing program, that was more so like the closest to nursing for me. But when I fell in love with it. I'm like, okay. And then now, like, when I do massages, that is my peaceful space. So,
love it.
Like, you know, when I'm massaging someone, I don't like to talk. But if they talk, I will talk to them. But really, sometimes I have stuff going on in my head, and it's so relaxing to help them relax as well. So
it's therapy for you.
Yes, it is.
It's therapy all the way around.
If you're feeling good, they're gonna feel great.
Exactly. So
I have a question. So when you're giving your massage, do you, like, you know, I have friends who are massage therapists, and I actually I thought about getting into it because my son had a muscle condition, and so I was always massaging and learning the lines of energy and all these other things, right? And I would set the room up to a certain tranquility. Do you do anything special, like, for a tranquil, or do you know, some people have like those little tabletop fountains, and some people just put like a little stream of lights, or some people spray the bed with lavender or something. Do you do anything for relaxation?
Not really. I'm about to tell you why.
Jesus.
I know, right? All of it, all the things.
I know I'm due for one, but go ahead.
Yeah.
So I travel. That's one. So I really don't set the mood like that. So I travel, but then 90% of my clients are post-op clients.
Oh.
So I work a lot with women that just had surgery.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
So with that being said, like we have some candles, but we don't even have soft music. Like we don't even have massage.
Right.
They'll put some LMA on,
Hey.
and we literally talk.
Jill Scott.
Okay.
Right. Jill Scott, some LMA on, or some Summer Walker,
right.
and they will talk to me. But like if I'm doing just a regular massage, yes, you know, I try to set the mood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the post-op, nah, they be sitting there talking to me like, yeah,
right.
My size hurt, girl. This hurt.
Yeah. I could see post-op being different. I could totally see post-op being different. Plus, you gotta be,
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You helping them, I would think would be such a, you know, when you're a healer at heart, when you help other people, it's therapy for you too.
Yes.
So even though you're helping them, they're really helping you more, I think.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Let's go back because you did say this to me on Thursday when we talked, and I thought it was very important because this would actually builds character. This would actually, you know, that makes you push through. So Monique was in trying to get into nursing school. She actually didn't get into nursing school because, you know, I think you said the program only picked the first top 100 and it was based off of GPA. Mm-hmm. So the first time she didn't get it. The second time she didn't get it. And then that's what made you say, look, you know what? That's pretty discouraging. I know you said it was a very discouraging time for you. But you were able to push through and fall in love with something else. So my hat's off to you because sometimes people, you know, especially nowadays during COVID, you know, any discouraging moment could be the end of
the last straw, right?
Yeah. I think there was somebody that posted something.
Great point.
You know, I don't know if it was a teen suicide or adult suicide, but oh no, it was adult suicide. There was something about this guy was doing really well, and they just said, you know, make sure you check on your friends, you know, especially during the night, because people get depressed, and you don't know they get depressed, and people, you know, they commit suicide because of very discouraging moments. Very, you know, COVID is very, very difficult for some people because
you're right.
It's very depressing. So
especially when you have kids, I mean,
yeah. If you have a family member, or a child, or anybody, you know, just constantly check on them. If you haven't heard from them, check on them because right now it's time. So, like I said, hats off to you because you were able to push through because that's a difficult. It's difficult, especially I don't know how old you were when you got turned away.
I was like about 20, 19, 20. I was working at Night Tech.
Right.
That's hard. That's hard for a 19-year-old. And imagine if you compounded COVID on top of that. At the time, we didn't have COVID, but Matt, you know what I mean? That could have been even more devastating. So, you know,
especially when you're that young, you know, you don't realize. Now I'm sure you look back and you think that wasn't supposed to be my path. You know, as we get older, we look at it like this was supposed to happen. That was divine timing. That wasn't supposed to be my path. I like I said, you're a healer. It doesn't, whatever form of healer you are. But then when you're 19, you're like, oh my God, am I not smart? Why didn't I do this? This is terrible.
Right.
Like you know, you can fall into depression so easily, not realizing that it could have been something that was setting you up for something greater that serves your purpose. So.
And you know what? Sometimes I want to say something like sometimes it takes you, like I always say this, Monique, and I always look up at my cousin and you know, I always thank him constantly, you know, whenever the time is right, because he's the one that used to push me to do a lot of things and stuff like that. And you know, I always say, I said, God, I seen him do so many things, wear so many different hats for like 20 years, you know, and I'm like, God, I wish that I would have just tried things myself, just did it like he said, no matter what, but you know, did I know I was afraid to fail? I don't know. So that's why I reached out to you, because I worked there for 9 years. And I know you were trying to do something different, and I seen that because I was friends with you on Facebook. Right. But when I seen you were doing good, or I was proud, and that's why I wanted to get you on the show, and not just to have guests. I don't, you know, we don't do that. We want to get people that are a success, or they're trying, and they are risk takers and stuff like that. And because that will help and motivate and inspire other people to do the same thing. That's what we're all about on this show. So congratulations once again, and just, you know, I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you got me on this show, because you actually helping me step out my comfort zone. My comfort zone, not this, honestly.
You're gonna be on here, one of our top guests on here for the most, you know, most times. And
so I have a question. I missed timeline wise, and maybe I missed this, but so from the time that you did the nursing, you took the exam, and you know the didn't get into the school both times. The last time to the time you decided finally that you were going to commit to learning massage, how long was that time period?
That time period was from, I want to say 08 maybe. No, because I ended up going to school. I did go back to school. I went to school.
Okay.
I went to University of Phoenix in 2008 to 2010, and I graduated. I graduated with my bachelor's.
Yes,
like,
nice.
I graduated with my bachelor's.
That's awesome.
However, another discouraging moment, because I all of this, I was still working at the plant. So I was volunteering because I didn't have that customer service, because when you at a plant, you're not really dealing with anybody outside. It's all
you're in a whole different world. Yeah, your own
atmosphere.
It's like
so
you walk in, you gotta adapt real quick.
Exactly. So I was volunteering. I volunteered at Children's Hospital. I volunteered at the VA. And then that's when my dad ended up passing. So I kind of stopped volunteering at the VA because I was kind of dealing with that. But I couldn't find a job. I'm like, here we go. I have a bachelor's degree in health administration, and I cannot find a job. I was looking, like, I was like, okay, let me start trying. I was trying the hospital. And I'm like, here you go. I'm volunteering here. Why they not
acknowledging you?
Right. I used this lady referral. Like, she was like, and I had the women that used my referral. Nobody ever called me. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I had times where I cried, like, I don't understand what's going on. So then after that, I tried for Enterprise. I had an interview at Enterprise. I was so excited. I just wanted to get out that plant.
I
was not supposed to be in that plant that long. I'm like, plants are not for women. I don't supposed to be here that long.
But that's good that you had that mentality. And you know what, real quick, and I not trying to make it about me, but it just, you know, you bring back these memories. And you know, the thing with I'll call it Vitek because it ain't Vitek no more, but there was times that, you know, I seen certain people getting their shirts with their names on it and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that because I was like, I'm not trying to dedicate myself to this place. And everything happened for a reason, you know. And once they gave me the option to like come back again, and they owed me, like, I went through a whole ordeal. I'm sure you might kind of remember hearing about it, but I was like, maybe it's just time to move on. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was gonna do, but thank God I knew people, and I had the support and stuff. So, but I was like, it's just time to move on. You know? So I hear you, and I can.
So I think when did you officially quit? You know, we'll just use that word Vitek. When did you officially quit?
January 29th, 2020.
Yeah, you remember the date. June 20th, 2020,
right before COVID hit.
How nervous were you when you gave your 2 week to your supervisor?
Oh, I was having anxiety attacks.
Oh my gosh.
And then COVID hit too.
Yes, but I had planned out pretty much everything. Like I told you, I paid my bills for like 3 to 4 months. I paid I paid my credit card bills. I paid the water bill. I paid my car note. I just pretty much paid everything in advance. I'm like, okay, let me get this out the way. Pay the insurance up, and I'm like, I can do this. And then I also
go ahead.
I also worked at this place called Zeal. And with Zeal,
I'm familiar with that. I know that.
Yeah, so it's a mobile massage place. It's almost like Uber, where Tori, if you want a massage or one of y'all want a massage, y'all just go to this app, And then the app send me a request and say, hey, Tori would like a 90-minute massage March 15th, May 15th at 3:30. And I can do it or not.
That's the Uber, almost like the Uber. Right.
But Zeal is contracted through Woodhouse. So I was an independent contractor for Woodhouse. In 8 hours, I was making what I was making at Caltex in 40 hours.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
So that's when I was like, I can just do one day on Sunday.
You were like, ding, 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 ding.
Damn, I'm good. So
there you go.
I started getting comfortable. I had money in the bank, so I was good with that. But I'm like, I can just do that to pay for, different bills, pay for groceries. So that's the main thing. Groceries.
You had it all. You
got 3 boys. Right. So that's what pretty much kind of helped me and kind of eased me a little bit. But I was nervous. I was nervous as shit.
Yeah.
I just, and then being being a business owner, because I had a business partner.
Right.
And I still was learning a lot of stuff. And that's something that she like, well, you always been a business person. I'm like, no, I've been a worker. I've been working 17 and a half years. So a lot of stuff I'm still learning. I'm learning a lot of stuff.
Right.
But that's something that she didn't understand. So we got into business and we got a spa out in Farmington Hills. And it was a big spa. I think it was a little bit too much for us in the beginning. Well, my thoughts, to me.
Right.
It was more, she's a risky person. I'm not. I'm a little conservative. Like, okay, let's start here and work our way here. Then boom there.
That'd have been smart.
But she risky. We went from we had a one room suite to a 5-room suite.
Damn.
Oh.
She's very risky.
I seen the story. I remember when you first opened. That's when I reached out to you.
Yeah. But beautiful though. It was nice.
Right.
So you give your 2 weeks in 2020, January, and COVID was, it was overseas, even though we did have some cases in January, but our president didn't acknowledge it until I think March. So let's say you're 45, 60 days into this. How nervous are you now that you're like, wait a minute, I just quit. Now I got COVID on my hands. How nervous are you at that point?
I wasn't nervous. At that time, I'm just like, it is what it is.
So being that your new profession, involved touching people and being in contact with people, didn't make you nervous at all, or did that slow anything down for you?
So at the spa, when we first, yes, it did slow. It just kind of like eased. We didn't have any clients. Everybody was calling like, hey, COVID is here. I'm good. And so it was like, dang. But for some reason, I still didn't get a nervous feeling. I don't know why. I still was not nervous. Like,
because you knew it was your path.
Exactly. I'm like, okay. When she shut down, I still didn't have no nervousness. I'm just like, oh, okay. We shut down, had to stay in the house. When we opened back up, I don't know. I don't know. I just still wasn't nervous.
Right.
So even though the storefront was shut down, were you still being able to do private things for people who still were? No.
Okay. No, I stayed home.
Because I know there was a lot of, I have a lot of friends in like I said, the massage therapy, beauty, lashes, all that do home calls. And some of them, when I was sneaking to my lash lady's house, right? And I knew she was safe. Her background's a nurse, right? And she's super, super safe, super cautious. But she had told me, she was like, when you come to my house, stop at the store and get something like lunch, some drinks, whatever, because I guess here they were really watching people and trying to find them if they found out they were doing any work from home.
Oh, wow.
So I would, yes. And they were in Michigan too, because I have a friend that has a lash salon there, and she only chose certain clients that she knew were going to be safe, that she, like her girlfriend friends, and she would make them come to the back door and said the same thing. bring something with you. Say you're bringing lunch.
Right.
Say you're coming here to help
your
with
coat off,
office
stay for a
work. Yeah, you're working with me today, like all of it. And she would say it too, like you said, Alex. Be prepared to stay a little bit longer. You can't just come for like the hour. So I was just wondering if you listen. Us girls, we be getting it in. We need a massage. We need lashes.
No, I say
we're having lunch.
Damn, so this is like an underground eyelash. What in the world? That's
It
pretty
is.
dope. That's pretty dope.
I'm telling you,
dope.
it's a whole thing. I stayed with my lashes and nails done
I like
the
to be a
entire
fly
time.
in that wall, you know.
Dyed my own hair. We good. We got this.
What? I didn't. Because my husband was on me. Monique, you really gonna go do a massage?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
he was scared. Huh?
He was you really gonna not right now. You're not taking this thing serious. So I stayed at home.
Just being extra precautious, right? Yeah. That's nothing wrong with that. I don't
blame
you.
That's good. Yeah. Like I have I actually have a massage table, but I use it for lashes. And anytime someone sees it, they're like, "Ooh, you give massages?" I'm like, calm down. but I didn't, even though I was sneaking off to people's stuff and being all masked up, I didn't bring anybody in my home. It's just not worth it.
Right.
It's scary.
No, you have a massage table, Marian, and you don't do massages. I'm thinking something else. Sorry.
Well, I used to do. I told y'all I used to do massages.
Sometimes Monique, we go down this crazy road.
I used to do massages. I wasn't a licensed therapist, and I had a bikini on, but it was still a massage, right? So, and I had a really nice table. I actually got the table from a physical therapist who was getting divorced, and he had to sell. He sold all his shit, and so I got a great deal.
I gotta ask. Do you get those? I know you probably get those jokes. I've been to technically a massage therapist or a massage license, but I also been to one where this little Chinese lady comes out. So you get
that's why I don't do it.
Have you ever had a client say, and you say you do mostly women, I guess, post-op or whatever. Have you ever had a client or anybody ever say, do you give them a happy ending? Have you ever had that?
She said,
No, you know what? With Zeal, it was one man last year that I worked on, and he kept talking about it. and he was like, he was a bigger guy or whatever. He just kept, kind of like bringing it up, talking about like in other countries, what they do. And I said, let me tell you something, sir. It's not going down this way. So right now, I always think, this is my thoughts. I'll be like, you're in the vulnerable state right now. So don't start getting crazy on me.
Right.
And then he actually requests me as priority on Zeal so I can come back. I said, I'm not going back to massage that man.
Right.
Right. She said, no, I'm good.
You got enough clientele to flick those ones away. Like,
so I know he kept talking about it, but did he ever? No, did he come on and ask you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
he knew she wasn't with that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been.
in my voice.
I love Connie. She said, "Yuck."
I know. You were probably like,
"Oh, well, allow me to retort.
I'm not doing So, like I said, I've been to one where, they handles and they do it. And like I said, I've been to the Chinese lady before, right? So, she, take your clothes off. I said, no, I'm not taking my clothes off. What the fuck are you talking about? Take your shirt off. Don't worry, we got shower. I'm like,
I'd have been scared.
We got shower.
I'm not doing it. And I mean, I'm talking about from even, a really pretty Oriental to an older lady. Don't get naked. Get out. I'm not doing that. I don't. If I want a hand job,
I'd have been like, me no wax on, wax
I know.
off.
I don't want somebody,
I got somebody for that. I don't need you to do this, lady.
I don't want it.
Good. I'll go home and soak in some Epsom salt.
Yeah, I don't want this off. So I was just wondering if you've had, you know, and you said you had a client that kind of kept hitting around. He probably wanted to ask you,
right?
He just didn't have the urge to ask you.
Cause he probably was like, nah, cause I was like real stern, like, oh no, ain't nothing going on here. Like, once I said that, he probably like, oh, this girl right here don't play.
Right.
I would have walked right out. I would have left my table and everything. I would have walked right out on him.
Hey, another line from Mark. Another line from another episode is when Tommy, they thought he was a gangster. He was hey, I cut you in, I cut you out, or I could just cut you.
Right.
Whatever you
were. So you were like at the plant when you know if someone says something, you were like,
I'm your huckleberry.
So
sometimes, you know, I get a kick out of it because sometimes I don't know what he's gonna what's about to be heard.
What he about to do? Huh?
Yeah, he got so many different stuff.
You know what? My ex-business partner, a guy at the spa, because I had left early this particular day, and he kind of came on to her. He took the sheets off and he was naked.
Oh.
He was just like, look, you try to do the naked,
right. She escorted him out. She said, she covered him up, and then she was like, you know what? She said, this is the end of your session. You gotta go.
Right.
Walked out. But it was crazy. When she said that, I'm like, thank you, God. Nobody ever did that.
Timing is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Timing is everything. God bless you, but yeah.
I mean, like I said,
it's a little risky. I mean, it's definitely risky.
You haven't had those guys because you know, I had an escort service in Detroit, and I've had, you know, some crazy stuff asked if a girl can do, and I've had some really nasty, gross stuff. So that's why I was wondering, you know, has anybody done that? But I mean, if you shut them down, you shut them down, and then that's the end of the story. So I mean, you could pretty much, you know, a lot of times when a girl would go out as an escort or whatever, or do certain things, I sized girls up. I'd be like, you know, I know she'll do this, and I know she'll do that. Right. Some girls are like, just like Tori, all I'm doing is bikini. That's it. It's going.
Don't touch me.
That's right, Tori.
Listen, I had rules that I put down in place. Like, I'm wearing a bikini. There was times I had certain clients that used to call me often, right? Mm-hmm. Very, very respectful. My bikini was small. So, I mean, sometimes it might slip a little bit when I was doing whatever, but they knew not to touch. They knew it was only to look. Half the time their eyes are closed anyways, because I gave a mean ass massage, right? I'm putting my whole weight into it. I get up on the table.
That's right.
Put my whole everything into it. So half the time their eyes are closed anyways. Just the thought of a half naked girl giving you a massage and good conversation, and when you carry yourself with respect, that sets the precedence for people to give you respect, right?
Exactly.
But it also lets them know I'm not the one to play with. Right. So yeah, even though I'm wearing this bikini, you would see some Matrix shit in a bikini if you keep playing with me, right?
I woke up from my nap and be like,
and so. Right.
See you later. See
you
next week.
I think that always, you know, I will say this. I did have a few that would, you know, they'd still try to say a couple things, and I would just let them know. And then at that point, if they wanted to call me again, I would just say I'm busy, you know. Exactly. But I also kept a little something with me, so I knew that I would be protected if I needed to use it. You know, I always made sure I had a heater, or I had a knife, I had mace, I had the whole everything.
That's right.
And I always had, you know, had a friend or somebody. Well, I always had a friend. I always had a friend or somebody know where I was. You know, I was very cautious in that sense. Addresses, license plates, this and that. I never brought anybody to my home. I always had a location that I would go to. But still, again, the way you carry yourself and the way that you know, your attitude is, I think they know not to. I did have a woman though call for a massage one time, and I think she was more bold than the men.
Oh, it's easier for the woman to be like
right. And I'm not even kidding. I thought to myself, I'm gonna have to shoot her because I don't know if I can take this one. She's kind of big.
Damn.
But she was, she was nice, but she, she was one of those would say something and like add like a haha LOL at
She was
the
the
end. Like,
male.
okay,
she would be the male in the relationship.
yeah, I think,
Right.
She was cool. She tipped
What
well,
up?
She's gonna get to
but
it.
she was right. I was like, oh, she's gonna get got. She's a little something. But usually those are ones are the more aggressors than anything.
Right.
Sorry, what did she say? I want to lick your kitty. What was going on?
Just make comments, oh, you're sexy. Little comments that were just a little more than, like, don't make this weird, girl.
Personal.
Come on.
Right.
Like, yeah, you can say something without being a creeper. Like, I don't know. She was just creepy, little extra, just everything she said had a little like sexual innuendo to it, or a little extra. Like, you didn't have to add that in there. So,
right.
Or, or well, maybe we'll have to do that after this. No. No. And if you keep running your mouth, I've already been paid. I will get up and leave.
Exactly.
Because with that, I always made sure I was paid first. We didn't do
Right.
that pay after shit. Mm-mm.
You didn't do pay after?
Never. You always set the money down on the table. Always.
Good
Always
set it down.
Good to know.
Yeah, always
Tip.
pay first
I gotta
because I'm
start
getting
that
paid.
one.
Tip after. That's the only thing you get after.
Yeah. And I would say it like that, okay, I always collect payment first, and and so I would have sometimes people say, well, why? And I'd say, well, sometimes I've had clients who didn't feel well halfway through, or something happened and they had to get up and go, and I would just say it in a nice way, So this is and then I would add in there, and then, and if you would like to add gratuity at the end, that is fine. You can do that as well. Just kind of made it not weird, but still, you're going to pay me first.
Right.
This is what we're doing. Because then too, in my head, if you ask me to do something I say I'm not going to do, then you could easily say, well, I'm not going to pay you.
Exactly.
No, that's not how this is going to work. So I have a question for you. The post-op surgeries, are you doing like full on surgery, or are you doing like lymphatic massages, or like women who like had tummy tucks, or what kind of post-op surgery?
It's lymphatic massage.
Okay.
So I'm dealing with women that have breast reduction, tummy tucks, lipo 360, BBL, chin lipo. Like, it's just a lot, whatever surgery. Yeah, that's what I do.
I have some cosmetic surgery scheduled in November. So I've been studying all the lymphatic massage. Like, what do I need done? Who's gonna do it? What should they do? How often should I do it? I just bought a red light therapy, a handheld one. So I'm kind of excited to use that. Can I use that prior to, that's something I can do now? And is there any kind of like, do you use that in your massage?
I use the infrared lamp. It's a big old lamp, and it helps with lymphatic drainage. It helps with fibrosis. So it has a lot of, benefits to it. So yes, use it. Most definitely.
Yeah.
So
I bought the handheld one, but my cousin has a big lamp, and she's like, "Why didn't you just buy the lamp?"
Daily?
And I didn't know.
Is that something you can do like daily, or should you like, break it?
That's a good question.
Is too what is too much? Is basically.
I mean, I think you can use that daily. I don't think that'll be, I don't think anything to be detrimental to that.
Duration time, like how long should you use that for? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20?
I do 10.
Okay.
Like I oil the body, and I let I let the lamp sit on them for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
In that area, and then I move it to another area. Cause like some people do like just the area that they got their they got their surgery on. I still massage the whole body.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do that, like I stimulate the nodes. So the drainage or the fluid can go into the lymphatic system. So I do all of it.
Connie's got a question. I don't know. Is that for people who only
kind of for people.
Okay. Who only have surgery.
Yeah.
So 2020 hits. You venture off. I know you said you guys did you start off with just a small studio and then end up with a bigger studio?
Yeah, so we had the small studio in 2019. So I was working there, working at Caltex.
Right.
I would go up to the suite Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I did that, and then that's when we started looking for something, a little bigger, because the plan was, once I talked to my husband about it, like, hey, I really think that I can do this. I want to venture off. I'm tired of this place.
Right.
I'm tired of, going.
Clientele's picking up and all that. So it's
right.
Like, okay,
so I'm like, I think I can do this. So he was like, all right, well, I'm behind you 100%. I'm like, okay. So that was like in October. Right. And so that's when we started looking for something bigger. But my business partner, she saw something bigger. And then it was just from there. And I'm like, okay.
She does massage too. Is it a female? Does she do massage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a massage therapist.
Okay. So you get something bigger, 2020. And then you say you have to shut down because of COVID. It doesn't really mess with you. And then when things started opening back up, and then do you still have this big studio, or is it gone?
No. So I stepped down from partnership. I stepped down from partnership once we opened back up in June. I stepped down in July. And I was still helping her out. I was still over there at the spa helping out. Then when I stepped down, that's when I started Escape Wellness Spa, which I always had a mobile business. It was called Essentially You Go. I just changed the name, basically. Okay. But I wasn't like full-time doing it back in the day. I did it every now and then. I do like some events. People will call me and say, hey, can you come? I used to do this event every year. What's the name of it? I can't even think of the name of it. It was called Black Excellence. This lady from California, she used to come in town, and she wanted a massage therapist. So I used to do her event every year. Like for 2 days. It was like all together like 13 hours or whatever. So I used to do that. So I was being known, like people knew me, like, okay, that's the massage girl, Okay, she was at this event, she was at that event. So I did that. But then once I stepped down for partnership, I just changed the name, Escape Wellness Spa.
I like that name. I like the new name though.
Yeah,
me too.
Simplified it a little.
Are you currently just doing mobile now?
Catch you.
Yes, I just do mobile.
Don't move mobile. Okay.
Yeah.
So as a business guy, so no overhead, it's and I know you said you were thinking about like a bus or like a, kind of a food truck, like a trailer, a food truck, that you could pull, but you were like, man, this is a lot of work because I need 2 people, someone to help me, load it and stuff like that. So you're looking at all these different things to bring it. And that's really cool because if you can pull up in a trailer and be like, okay, you can get in and you can have your own office on wheels. There's a lot of businesses that are doing like the trailer, turn a food truck into whatever, a barbershop.
I saw somebody who did they mobile grooming. They do it.
Oh yeah,
a lot of them where they pull right up in front of your house, and you just go out into the trailer.
And I think since COVID, it's really became huge.
Right.
Like I've seen some boutiques on a food truck. And I thought it was really dope, but that was before COVID. But COVID, everything is on. Like here in Detroit, we have, I think his name DJ BJ. He has a bowling alley.
Hey, that's my boy.
Yeah.
3525.
Yes.
DJ BJ.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ BJ.
Yes. He has a bowling alley on a trailer.
Yeah.
So dope.
And you can rent it. It's super dope.
How many lanes?
2 lanes.
Two.
2 lanes.
It can only be 2, right.
And then
I want private party.
10 to 12 people can fit on it.
You can bring drinks. Like some people let you bring drinks. Some people don't let you bring any food or drinks. You can have it outside.
If I could go back 20 years plus and have Whores on Wheels, that would be the name of the trailer.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
I was trying to warn you, Monique. Sometimes we go down that road.
Here we go.
That's the good old aim to please.
Hey, you know what?
Welcome to our show, Monique.
If you can go up to my house and be like, hey, there's the trailer, and hey, Oh, shit.
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
Hoes on wheels.
There you go.
Could have been just crazy.
Hey, look, hoes pulling up, huh?
Hey, hoes need love too, okay? Hoes need love too.
So do.
Whole life matters.
Damn. Oh man.
So now,
There goes any sponsors.
so tell me what. I know you said you changed your name. What was the original name? What's the name now?
It was Essentially You Go, and now it's Escape Wellness Bar.
And I was trying to look for it the other day, and I was like, oh, okay. So there.
So-
Oh, she did change it. Okay. But I love the new name. It's really dope.
I know you said you do mostly post-ops and women that are out of surgery. What do you do basic? If someone wanted a basic massage, do you do that? Okay. And what is your hourly rate?
My hourly rates are $100, 60 minutes.
60 minutes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I gotta ask you a crazy question because I know I told you about the Chinese people. But when you see these like Oriental massage, 15 minutes, this and that, did that hurt your business at all? Because I see them everywhere now. No. Okay. I see them. In
You know what?
I see them at the mall.
No,
Right.
I get the reason why it doesn't hurt my business because I'm doing something. I'm doing lymphatic massage.
Right.
That's my niche.
Right.
That's my specialty.
Yes.
If it was just
Post-surgery
maybe a regular massage,
right.
maybe, but I don't think so. But I get a lot of referrals, so people refer other people like Mo dope, Mo cool.
Right.
Mhm.
As soon as I meet my clients, like I just had one new client yesterday.
Mhm.
We talk like we've been knowing each other for
Right.
years.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because people look at me like, you say that you was not popular in school or you're not
Right.
popular or you got social issues. They would never know because I talk to people like family. Oh, you my homegirl. What's going on?
But you know, they just have to get. It's like they have to get to once they get to know somebody. It's like okay, then I can open up to you. I mean, I can't. It's kind of hard, to open up to someone that.
Well, too, you're giving them a massage during, a vulnerable state. They just had something done to their body and procedures done, and this is a vulnerable state.
Right.
You're seeing them, in all of their nakedness and all of the issues that they have or think, and so they want to feel comfortable with you. And I'm sure that when they do that for you, you open up with them and want to make them feel comfortable as well, because it could be for people with social anxiety or just any type of social issue that can be kind of scary or make you nervous when they come to you, like, okay, is this is she gonna be okay? Wow. Is she gonna be personable? Is she, they have their own self-consciousness and things in their head. So, I think that that's great that you make them feel comfortable and that they feel open to be able to just talk with you like, hey girl, what's up? Like just we cool, right? So that's cool. Because again, you're a healer. So they, when they come to you, just the talking on top of your niche and what you're doing for them, it's a whole vibe. So
it's like you have an expectation for to them. They come expecting like, oh, she's gonna when I walk out of here, and that's the goal. I'm gonna I want to feel I want to be I want to walk out of here with a smile. So
so I belong to all these so many different surgery pages and and that's a lot of time word of mouth. Like a lot of these girls are going out of the country or going out of the state to get their surgeries done, right? So then they're like, okay, anybody in the Metro Detroit area that does this, please refer them. This is me, right? Which, girl, I'm about to plug all your stuff on all my pages because I know all the admins, right? So, but when that happens, you hear some things where they're like, don't go to her, she's terrible, or don't go to this person, she got an attitude, or she was acting funny, or so that's important. Word of mouth is so important, especially amongst that community, because them women, that word of mouth, that's powerful. They listen to what's being said. So
exactly.
that's
One
good
girl,
that you got that vibe.
Yeah, one girl that I worked on, new girl Monday. I asked her, I said, well, how did you, hear about me? She was like, oh, your name was in a group.
Hey, yeah.
And I was like, that's dope. I'm like, now she was like, girl, I can't find anybody here. She was like, everybody is booked. She said, you can't get a regular massage. I said, no, you can't. Because because they get a certain kind of, they get a more of a light pressure massage.
Yeah.
You don't get no deep massage because what you're doing is helping them reduce swelling and breaking up fibrosis. So if they get any hardness, any scars, you're trying to prevent that.
Right.
So that is what the massage is for. So they can't get a regular massage putting pressure because the lymphatic system, the fluid sits up like right up under the skin. So you have to do a light pressure and doing stretching. It's more like a light pressure and stretching.
That's why they say stretching is so important and nobody really does it.
But you
to get that
your blood flowing and all
right. You're stretching the skin though. So that's what you're doing. You're not going deep. You're not doing any, stretching of the limbs or anything. You're just kind of stretching the skin, moving that fluid into the lymphatic system.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you offer, I know you said $100 an hour. Do you offer packages for people that have to come, 10 times, or because I know with those procedures you have to have more than just one time.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got to stay consistent with it during that time.
So I have I do have one, because some people, you're not giving the option. They may not like me. Everybody's not gonna like you. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And that's just part of life. So life is, everybody not gonna like you. Everybody not gonna think you're a good massage therapist. They might think they're somebody else, and that's fine. And I don't get mad. My feelings don't get hurt. Hey, it is what it is. But majority of my clients, honestly, I never had anybody that said they didn't like it, unless they were lying. But
right.
But everybody pretty much get their 10 sessions, or they get 5. Some women feel that they don't really need the massage. So
so you have packages of like 5 and 10? Or
I have a 5 session. I have a 10 session.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay, that's good.
If they, I know you say you do a lot of word of mouth. So if they need to find Monique S Dean, I got to ask what the S is. It's got to be your maiden name.
Sheila.
Hey.
Sheila.
I'll tell you my middle name if you tell me yours.
Hey, Sheila. Hey, Sheila.
I love it.
Morning comes.
Where do they find you at?
Monique, they can find me on IG, Monique Dean _LMT, or they can find me on Facebook. They can go to Escape Wellness Spa on Facebook.
And then you said you could book. Can you still book it on that app too, or no?
You can book it. You talking about on the app from IG?
No, from Zelly, or you said not Zelly.
No, the mobile app. No, that's a whole other company.
Oh, you don't do that anymore.
I do it whenever I'm not free. I mean, whenever I'm free, but I've been busy, so I haven't did it in about 2-3 months now.
Right.
Okay.
I've been so busy.
So they can find
Wellness. Okay, Escape Wellness. Okay.
Yeah. Or you can go to my website, www.escapewellnessspa.com.
Boom.
Yeah, bam.
Right.
There you
So
have it.
I got a last couple questions for you. I know you said, I think, I don't know how long you've been doing this, but you've been doing like international training, Bitcoin. So I had this conversation with somebody yesterday, and he's telling me this, telling me that, and I was like, you know what, man, I just whatever, I just buy it. I don't even know, I don't care. And then he was asking me some questions, and I was like, you know what, you need to contact a motherfucking broker. I don't know, you asking too many questions.
Well, I know not to ask you any questions.
You ain't never lied.
I'm just trying to get in this, and I don't understand nothing about it. It's all foreign to me. I'm like, just how much fucking money do I need? That's all I need to know.
That's what I always ask. How much do I money? He says,
what do I do?
We're at the Robin Hood or whatever, and he's like, yeah, just buy this, buy that. I'm like, okay, I'll just buy it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I did that too. And now I got 82 messages from Robin Hood this morning. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I need y'all help.
Right.
So I know you said, when did you start this? Was it 6 months ago? When did you start this?
I started in January.
January.
Yes.
Forex?
Yes.
And how do you, I was going to say, how do you like it?
I love it. And the reason why I love it is because I like, you have we have an education platform. It's called I Am Academy. And I Am Academy has multi-million-dollar educators on there.
Okay.
So the educators actually go live. It's a whole schedule. So the educators actually go live with you. And while you on your broker, they're on a broker too. And they telling you which currency pairs to go for, how many minutes. And you risk whatever you're going to risk.
Right.
You go in and we make money in minutes. So the broker might say, go in for 3 minutes, set your time for 3 minutes. We go in for a call on USD CAD. So that's US dollars and Canadian dollars.
Right.
And you go in, and after the 3 minutes, either you take a lesson.
You win or you lose. Right.
She said you take a lesson.
Yeah, you take a lesson.
So I seen that. I was gonna reach out to you about that too.
Yes.
So when you hear like a Elon Musk make this statement and then everybody rushes to this thing, does that affect you all or not? Does that affect?
You said, does that affect us?
Yeah. Does that affect? No. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
You would think it would though, but
Because
you got the Mark Cubans. Oh, buy this, buy that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I bought some Elon Musk. I bought some Elon. The chairwoman of the organization that we're in, MWB, she has sent us a message like, buy Elon. That was that Friday night. So I put 150. I invested 150 in Elon. Woke up 450. When I woke up the next morning, it was at 450. 2 days later, it was like 900. 3 days later, it was at 1250. So it's been growing, and then Dogecoin has been dropping.
Right.
And so now it's kind of like playing back and forth because it dropped back down. I'm like, oh well, hold on. But then I said, Monique, I have to practice being patient.
Right.
And sometimes things ain't gonna go the way that you think it's gonna go. So this is what Forex like really just keep teaching me is being disciplined and patient. Because
I think that's what the biggest thing when you're playing on the market, because I told my ex-wife, I said, buy this, buy that, and she bought it, and then she's like, I took all my money out because it's just too much anxiety for me. I can't, you know what I mean? Like back and forth, and I don't know, maybe and for me, when someone says, hey, buy this, I just buy it, and I don't even fucking look at it afterwards. I'm like, okay. If I become, I'm pretty sure, somebody will let me know. My boy, we're having this conversation, like I said yesterday, and he's like, buy Safe Moon, buy Shubu, and buy this.
That's Safe Moon, Safe Mars, Safe Tesla, all of that.
Yeah, buy this, buy that. And he goes, you know what? All right, we could buy the machine to make their own Bitcoin. I said, well, how much is it? Let's buy it. He said it's like 30,000. We can buy our own computer and make our own Bitcoin. I was like, that sounds right. I said I can have the.
That don't sound bad at all.
You never lied. When you let me know.
Loophole.
Wait a second here.
There's always a loophole.
Yeah, he's like, we can have our own Dreek coin. I said that sounds cool. I don't know.
Hey, he tried to throw your name on it to really encourage you to push you.
Right, really sweeten the deal.
Right.
Smart man.
I don't know. I'm always thinking, let's buy the whole fucking thing.
You ain't never lied. Let me know. Hey, look, let me know when you bad. I'm right with you.
Right.
So
I'm like, shit, where do I send my money to? What's happening here?
Exactly.
I was just wondering, like, maybe these are conversations that I have to have off air and be like, tell me, what do I need to buy? Because I just don't know. So I'm glad that you saying you love it. I'm glad it's working for you. Congratulations again from walking away from a company that you were with for 17 years. Sometimes that takes a lot, because 17 years, you're a lifer, right? You're a lifer. You're, forever. There, someone might have said,
almost was a lifer.
You're crazy. Why are you going to go start your own business? You've been here 17 fucking years. There's no reason for you to leave.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I never had nobody say that. Everybody was so excited, like, go, do it.
Right.
Do it. Because I worked in the quality.
That's awesome.
Everybody in that lab was like, I know you can do it, Monique. Do it. Just do it. And I'm like, I had to get out of my own head and say, let me just do it.
Right.
Okay.
Yep, you had to get out your own way.
Right.
Look what happens.
Here I
Look
am.
what happens when we get out our own way.
Right.
So we come to the show where we ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Alex is going to ask you a question. And Tori's going to ask you a question. So welcome to. All right. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
I'll go first. Just give me 2 names that were the most influential on you and where you're at now in your success. Just 2 people. And if you want to say why and how, you can. But
okay, I honestly want to say, and even though I stepped down for partnership, I honestly want to say my ex-business partner.
Okay.
If it was not for her, I would honestly probably would have never left. My thing is, she believed in me so much, and she just saw like the potential in me so much. She begged me to leave. She'd been trying to get me to leave that place back in 2016. And so I can really say I definitely can say her.
That was the root of it.
Yes. Okay. She begged me like, Mo, we can do this. We can do this.
Yes, we can.
And dang, I don't want to leave nobody out because it's like a gang.
Okay, give me 3 if you want to give me 3.
My cousin Camille.
Okay.
And my husband. And the reason why I say my husband is because my husband is very hard to. He's that voice of reason. Like, well, Monique, you should think about this.
Right.
He's a realist.
When he was kind of that. Yeah. Right. When he was
say it seems like he's very I want to say old school, I guess. Like, like let's just go the safe route, but go ahead.
Right. He's that safe route person.
Right.
And for him to say, okay, do it. He was like that push, it's so many people I can say, because I can say my whole family.
Right.
But the reason why I say my cousin Camille is because that's my little right hand girl, that she always right there. She gonna always support me. If I need her for the kids, she right there. So it's like, that's my right hand right there.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Nice.
Cool. Can't do it alone.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? I would say 5, but I feel like we move a little faster. So where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years, I honestly see myself growing more in the Forex world. So really been on the business side. I love massaging, but I would really, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years, I would like to make massaging. I'd like to just run it and have workers. But I really don't want to be actually physically doing it because it can become a physical toll on you. And I do have a mild case of carpal tunnel, so it can be a bit of a toll on you.
Right. Thank you, Vitek.
But, right.
Honestly,
me,
I got
that's when it started.
That's a good goal. I like that.
All right. So the last question is, and I think I know the answer already, but I'll ask you anyways. And maybe it wasn't, but what was the worst job you ever had?
The only job I really had was stop.
Right.
You never worked at fast food when you were 16?
I did. I worked at Taco Bell.
Right, like you mentioned.
So you know what? I probably can't say Taco Bell, and the only reason why is because I used to walk out smelling like taco meat. I hated it. Damn. So I think that's I would have to say that.
Right. So
I ain't
was it Taco Bell or Vitek? Which one? 17 years you had to be.
Right. I had to like. I would say Taco Bell. I couldn't stand something like taco meat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing at all.
You should get free food when you leave there, if you want it. But no, that's cool.
Hey, that's when they still had the Mexican pizza. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I missed that.
I don't even eat Taco Bell to this day.
I don't. I don't either. I have to be really hungry.
I don't either.
When I do eat it, I get like 6 hard shell tacos and just smash them.
The only thing I eat Taco Bell is when they come out with them nacho fries. I like the nacho fries.
Yeah, those were good.
You know, for some reason, towards the end of like our show, we always seem to talk about food, and for some reason, like I said, like
because our asses are hungry.
Because they're in Arizona and they don't have the White Castles over there.
Oh,
we have one, but it's like a 45-minute drive.
Okay.
And it's not a real. You know, it's good. But Drake, would you agree with me? We're playing some music. Would you agree with me? The White Castle here isn't the same in regards to like the grill being seasoned and the grease. The grease level is a little different. It's a little more. I feel like it's a little healthier. It's like a healthier.
Okay.
I don't know. That's how I feel.
Like, no. I
like you know, back home,
kind of like Wendy's.
Them grills are seasoned, right? Here, like even my son, he was like, "There's no grease on the outside of the bag." He ain't used to that, right? They're good. They're good. I don't get me wrong. They're good. And Drake, anytime you want to bring me some more, we're good. I'll take them. But it's a little different.
What year did you work at Taco Bell? Well, yeah, I was going to ask what
1998, like 1998, 1999. I worked there about 10 months.
Okay, so you don't eat Taco Bell to this day?
Yeah, I knew you was about to get a video.
I was waiting for it.
Those commercials.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Oh my God.
Taco Bell.
I love that dog.
That was so funny.
So cute.
That's good marketing. Good marketing right there.
Right.
Right.
They stopped that. They stopped it. You know, they stopped that one. Run for the Border. They did all those.
Have you noticed? I don't know if you guys seen this over there, but Monique, have you noticed? Like, I don't know how much you watch TV, catch TV, but the Domino commercial, they brought the Noid back. I was like, wow.
I don't watch commercials. I rarely watch TV now.
Right.
Honestly.
Too busy.
Yeah.
I seen that the other day. I was like, wow.
We want to thank you for coming on. Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your new venture. They need to reach Monique. Where they reach you at again?
You can reach me on IG, Monique Dean _LMT, Escape Wellness Spa on Facebook, and go to my website, www.escapewellnessspa.com.
I appreciate you spending your morning, afternoon with us. Thanks again. Anytime.
Thank you so much, Monique. I really appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Yes, thank you for joining us. You did great.
I had fun with you guys.
We had fun with you too. Can't wait to do it again.
All right. See y'all. I'll see y'all in Arizona.
Thank you.
Peace.
All right.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
Much love.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
She's cute.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, like I said, I've been working out, and man, I need a massage therapist right now, and I don't need.
Yeah.
You never go wrong with that, man.
I don't need a Chinese lady right now saying, "You like?"
No, you need a deep tissue. Deep tissue. I can't even talk right now. Deep tissue. Yeah, you don't want no happy ending. You want real massage.
I want a real massage.
I mean, I do have a table. I'm not putting on a bikini though.
All right, you just wear the word on the street hoodie. Be all right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Keep shit cozy.
So you took the girl back to the. She left. You're all by just you and Dom again, huh?
It's just us again. Yeah, she left, but
You had a good time, though, right?
I had a great visit. We had a great visit. You know, like I said, both her and my girlfriend Lavita both showed. They both actually were here. I think you met them both. They were both here for Zach's funeral. And then they both surprised me to come in for Mother's Day. So I thought it was great. They're like, women have a lot of like best friends and this and that, right? They're like they're my first best friends I ever had. So they're my day one OGs, right?
Gee.
Like we go way back. Like Levita lived off French Road. Shannon lived behind Assumption Grotto Church on the east side of Detroit. Like we go way back. So yeah, we go back like Cadillac seats, you know. So it was nice, and we did the Japanese Friendship Park. We went there on Mother's Day, which was really cool. And it has like all these nice little, like, it's like a meditation park, and it has a pond with koi fish you can feed and look at. We did that. We went and saw the peacocks at the Glendale Public Library, like a little tranquil spot there. Horseback riding. We had a girls' day. You know what else we did, which I thought was really cool? So like I said, I made friends with the people at the ranch, and we got to have a cookout after on the ranch at night under the stars with, she had like little strung lights, right? But we got to hang out with the horses after dark and be like in the corral. And I never realized, like, when you go, oh my God, it was the coolest shit ever, because
I can imagine all the stars, for real.
Yeah. Oh, and we're literally right next to the Australia mountain. So when I say
Beautiful.
We're sitting in the middle of the desert next to the mountain with
there's like so many stars. There was light.
Literally, yes, Alex.
Light.
So many stars. There was a certain light, and far off into the distance, you could see the city lights. Right, like it was like a painting in the background. It was awesome, and we had like a nice southern. She did like this awesome southern meal. So shout out to Jeannie at Corral West. Jeannie and Alex and Kate, they are amazing. We got to spend time with the horses. They all go away for the summer because it gets really hot here. So they're all going to be gone by like the 22nd to 24th. So we were really excited, and Dom got to help, and he carried hay bales, and he's like a real live cowboy now. So when they come back for the fall, he's going to go and help out and we're gonna ride some horses, and I think that's our little home away from home now. We got like 50 horses there, and a donkey named Fifi, who's cool as fuck. So we're friends with a donkey, right? That's like Dominic's like homegirl. So yeah, it was cool. We had a great time. So yeah, go follow them on Instagram. If anybody you wanna see what I'm talking about, go to Corral West Adventures on Instagram. They would love for you to follow them. They're really trying to get their following up. So check them out. Give them a like.
So this was last night, and then some, a friend of mine passed the other day, Jew Ramos. So
I'm so sorry.
But ECW star New Jack died yesterday. Alex sent it to me late last night. He died, 58 years old, suffered a heart attack. And I'll play some of his highlights.
So young.
Yeah, he definitely was.
How old was your friend?
Brutal to his body.
How old was your friend?
How old was your friend about?
I think Jew was like 56, 57. Maybe 50.
Man, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jew. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I slipped.
Did you know him as well, Alex?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know.
He was sick for a while. He's been sick, and but yeah. Last I heard, which was like maybe a month ago, that I heard he was okay. He was getting better, but and then I just seen that. So yeah. Definitely rest in peace, Jew. He was a good guy.
Rest in peace.
Cool with me. I don't go by off and know what anybody else says about anybody. Not that there was anything ever bad said about him. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Good guy. A lot of friends, a lot of love, and rest in peace. Condolences to all his friends, and especially the family.
Absolutely. Prayers, light, and love go out to all his family and friends and all that knew him and loved him. And rest in peace.
Yeah, he was definitely a landmark at Express Bar with Dave and all them guys.
Right.
Wabash and stuff like that. So Wabash So I'll play this New Jack real quick.
Agrees to a rematch with Vic Grimes with even higher stakes. What Grimes doesn't know is that New Jack is out for revenge.
Before the match, I went to a pawn shop and bought a stun gun.
Yeah, I was there when New Jack, and he told me he was going to do it before it happened too. So
What did he want to have happen?
he told me he was going to take some.
And like he came up to me, I was ready to kill him. He said, "I'm sorry." I said, "You didn't even call me." I said, "Home for almost a year. I said, you didn't even call me to see how the I was doing."
This is the highest elevation of any match in the history of our sport.
Well, I mean, I was high. You know what I mean? I was high. So I just tased him. I tased the shit out of him. He's like, Jack, I can't feel my legs. I said, you ain't gonna need them. Bombs away.
The way he said it. That's crazy.
Vic was a foot from missing the ring completely, which would have killed him. I wanted him to hit the floor. I just didn't throw him hard enough. I was trying to throw his ass to the floor. So we don't piss Jack off because.
So that was
real quick, because I know Tori's probably like, what the hell? Like, so
Yeah.
they had a match a year prior to that match, and they were climbing something about 10, 15 feet up, maybe 20 feet or something. And the same opponent you don't say you're going to do something like that and then just chicken out and scared and change your mind in the middle of it was a pay-per-view. And this is the ECW back in 96, 97.
Oh, yeah, you got to commit.
They don't have money to lose like that. So,
right.
So even though they were getting sponsored from Vince McMahon and all that. So anyways, the guy didn't want to go off with him. And he said, we're doing this, man. You know, fuck that. We're on pay-per-view. So he pulled him. When he pulled the guy was so scared that he just, he kind of fought it. So he landed and he New Jack pretty much got a concussion. He broke his leg, all kinds. So he was in a hospital, and the guy never ever reached out to him, see how you doing, nothing, see how he was doing, nothing. So in the wrestling business, you don't. It's called a receipt. So if you're working a match and somebody hits you on purpose, or with a stiff shot, and they break your nose, the next match you might get your nose broke. That's called a receipt.
Yeah.
So that's the type of receipt that New Jack gave out. He went and bought a taser and threw his ass off, and he was literally like he didn't care where he landed, to be honest with you.
Right.
And that's happened a couple other times with guys that try to tell him, this is what we're gonna do, and he's looking at him like, who the fuck is this kid talking to? You know
so when
I mean?
he tased him and threw him, was he hurt when he landed? The guy that got tased?
Oh, he ended up in the. He said He said after that he walked down and told my man, he was like, now we're even and shit. He was like, you know what I mean? Like,
eye for an eye.
Just was not.
He had it coming.
He was not one to play around with like that. Like I said, you can test certain people. You're gonna pay a price, and he was one of them guys. But yeah, definitely really violent time and era.
And he passed away yesterday.
Yeah. It's crazy because I just watched. He's one of them guys you think that will live forever, and I just watched that biography last week, and I actually just watched one last night about another guy similar to his wrestling style by the name of Nick Gage. That does that does death matches.
I don't know too much of his history, but I know of him. Yeah.
This guy does. He's the one that did the match with had a match with David Arquette and cut him open and all that.
Yeah, cut him. Yeah, I remember.
You guys everybody's gotta watch. Tune into that it's on Hulu. The Dark Side of the Ring. You got to watch them. They're such great biographies. But yeah, so rest in peace, New Jack. Drake was a big fan of ECW. He used to love watching that crazy shit. So,
so we'll jump backwards. Politics. Cheney tried as Republicans oust her from leadership, rebunking Trump.
Report among Republican and Democratic Party officials. NBC News correspondent Cal Perry is in Wyoming talking to voters and party leaders about Congresswoman Cheney's future. So, Cal, what do Democrats in Wyoming think about the vote to oust Liz Cheney today?
It's interesting because Democrats here, certainly in Teton County, think the same thing that Republicans do, which is they're worried, believe it or not, that the Republican Party is going to split. When you talk about Wyoming politics and you mentioned the pedigree here in Wyoming, Democrats and Republicans would like to think that they can communicate with each other, certainly not through these days. Take a listen to what one Democratic Party official told us.
I'm getting a lot of reason on my phone.
You're advising people, Democrats in the county, look, support the more moderate candidate, right? Did you ever think that candidate could be Liz Cheney?
I just finally stopped sharing it, but it was reading. So I know that a lot of Republicans are saying that they're going to, the Republican Party is going to split. And so what is it going to be, the Republican Party and the Trump Party? I know that he keeps talking about that they're going to have their own, party.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot that don't agree with him, so
good luck with that. Right.
I think that he's caused a lot of division. So I wouldn't be surprised if I seen it. I was a little surprised that I guess I can't even say I was surprised that they want to out her, because anybody that goes against what he says, they want to out. It's like, they could say, oh, just something minor where they didn't agree with what he said. And it's like it's the worst insult ever,
Right.
So
Exaggerated.
Yeah, like I'm surprised, but I'm not, I guess, because this is like the third time or something. But it's okay for him to say things and nobody's supposed to disagree.
Oh.
So it's a double standard. It's a double standard. I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, let them be their own party. Get your own social media platform. Do the things you do over there. Let the people with morals over here try to figure things out.
Right.
So
Mary
that's my opinion.
Mary Carey's running for governor. Ex-star is going to campaign at all the strip clubs. California, now that they're going to, you got the Jenner, Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. You got all these wackos that are going to run for governor. Fuck, Mary Carey, ex-porn star, could win too, right? And she's going to campaign at all the clubs.
We had a reality TV star as our president, and really, what's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference? Maybe she
might
and
make more
honestly,
sense than
and
him,
listen, and honestly, she's probably fucked over a lot more politicians than he has, and that's a lot. So
literally and
and
figuratively.
she fucked him in a good way.
No,
she fucked him in a good way. So I don't know. I think it's funny, but I don't know, me, even though it's like, I think it's still outrageous. I'm laughing because I think it's funny. She's going to go to the strip clubs and she's going to campaign there. Cause I think it's kind of fucking smart. There's a lot of shit that goes on at those
Almost
clubs.
where the heart is, right? Get your votes where you can get them from first.
And you got to think too, a lot of those people don't vote. So she might have a whole nother population pushing behind her that are, or her, and I'll say this just from working in, strip clubs in the background, and you have a lot of clientele that you come to see you that you don't realize, especially men that come to see you that hold certain powers and certain, positions that you don't even realize until you meet them there, that you would have never met them any other place, and you become friends with them and network. It's really a big networking, thing. So I don't know. I think it's kind of clever. I'm laughing, but I think it's clever.
Does strippers not vote? I don't know. Does strippers not vote?
No, not very many of them. Not that in my, experience. There's some more than so, but they're 18 hours
a day. How can they got time to go vote?
and I'm not trying to have this say that strippers don't vote, because I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they vote. I'm sure they give blood. I'm sure they do all the things that other people do. It's not like they're like aliens or something. But I know a lot of them don't like to be involved in politics. They really try to steer clear of that and that whole all of that too, you know. So I'm sure there's a whole group of people that would rally behind her that normally probably wouldn't rally behind a politician or somebody who they feel doesn't have their best interests at heart. Or here's another one, they feel is hypocritical because it's okay for them to come there and get a lap dance, but it's not okay to make it public to say that they like those things, right?
Hey, get a lap
So
dance.
these men
Put a voting sticker on you.
well, right. A lot of these men come, but you know, a lot of these men come to those places, but it has to be secretive, right? And they have to live a lie and they have to hide it and they can't be in the public eye. So a lot of these women aren't going to want to support somebody who's fucking fake as fuck. You know, just give me my money and keep it moving. So I feel like she would have a lot of support, especially from people who feel like they, you know, are understood by her or that she could do good for people like them in their community. So I think it's clever.
So some states, 16 states are ending a $300 unemployment benefit this summer. Alabama.
I saw 2 more were added.
Arizona is one of them. Governor Ducey is in it. Alaska, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, North Dakota, Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, West Virginia, Wyoming. And you said there could be 2 more states.
I saw 2 more, yeah.
So I hear both sides. So I hear that, you know, I was talking to somebody and they told me that, you know, of course, lumber is expensive. You know, all this stuff. Poultry is expensive. Lumber is expensive because nobody wants to take those jobs because they're earning more money at home on unemployment than working. But there's some people that just can't find a job and they need that money. So I hear both sides. I mean, what do you think? Do you think these states are doing the right thing by, even though the government has paid them and said, look, you pay them through September, they're pulling them. Do you think that that's a good thing, or do you think that's a bad thing for some people that still can't find a job and that $300 does come a long way?
Are you asking me or Alex?
Either or.
I mean, I think it depends on, just to give you a simple answer, I think it depends on what state you're talking about, because everybody's not going, you know, everybody's going back at different watts. So I think you got to kind of go by that too. You know what I mean? Like, as far as just, you know, people finding jobs or their jobs being available, like here in Michigan and all that. So I think you just kind of got to, you know, slowly, like, you know, the world's slowly getting back to normal and everything. So I think it just depends on the state. And I mean, I think it kind of is time for people to start going back to work and, you know, get everything moving again and functioning, because that does create more jobs too. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, that's really my thoughts on it. If that makes any sense.
I'm kind of torn. I'm mixed because,
Right.
well, I looked at the different states and I looked at the dates they were doing, and actually Arizona is the only one that is doing it in July. Everybody else that is opting to do this is doing it in June, which I think is crazy. I feel that not everybody's situation is the same. You know, I've heard several different sides, but I also know a lot of special needs parents who cannot send their children back to school. So you have a special needs mom who already is struggling, who already was struggling to make ends meet, and now she has no choice but to go back because that extra $300 was keeping them afloat. And she doesn't, you know, not only is she having trouble being able to send her special needs kid to school, they're having a lot of issues being able to get somebody to come into the home because of everything that's going on. So personally, I feel that there should be stipulations, kind of like when people go to apply for welfare or cash assistance, right?
Just thinking that
there has, like, you do the work first, right? So you go, you apply, you go to work first, or you apply on a website that says you're actively searching. Or if you're going to be exempt, you have to get some kind of doctor's note or some kind of proof, you know, whether it's from the school or whether it's for your situation, because just because we're all in the same water doesn't mean we're in the same boat.
Right.
And, you know, you may have 2 oars, but I may have a hole in my boat, no oars, and it's water is pouring in.
Right.
And the littlest amount, even by $100, could make or break a family, especially right now. So I feel that it should be on a basis, you know, base to base. You know, there's some people who are still recovering from COVID, who got COVID, who technically aren't positive, but are winded just walking up their stairs, right? And they're still trying to regroup from all this and still play catch up. So now you're going to put them behind because I'm more of the person.
Case by case.
What? Absolutely. I feel it's case by case. I feel that just saying, you know, boom, it's going to be this date and that's it. And you can't say that my situation and your situation aren't the same. And I don't think it's fair.
That's a fair argument. So,
you know, I definitely feel people need to start trying to go back to work, but again, case by case.
Right. So this is a really hot issue. And I know a couple guys that are Middle Eastern. I'm trying to get a hold of somebody that is Jewish, but they want to come on and do a special show about Israel. Biden's fallen pro-Israel, U.S. proceed, but new critics shake that the status quo. So I guess Biden is backing, you know, Israel's stance, because it's basically what's going on. And I'll explain it because I had to have somebody explain all this to me.
Me too.
So
I'm sorry, Drake. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Is that me?
Yeah, that might
no,
be.
I hear it too. No, it ain't us. Cause
I don't know. I'm not hearing it.
With or without the headphones, I'm hearing static. So that has to be something.
Should I try to come back in because I'm just hearing myself talk?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing because it's getting annoying now. Yep.
All right. So as we're waiting for them to come back in, I don't know. I wasn't getting any feedback, but we'll wait for them to click back on the link. So we'll wait. How about, is that better, Alex?
Hey.
Is that better?
Can you hear it? I don't hear myself talking anymore.
Yeah, a little bit so far.
A little bit better, yeah. Okay.
Well, the whole thing with Israel is that the government, and I understand that our government sends billions and billions of dollars to Israel, and we got to back their play because they got one of the strongest militaries, Air Force out there. But what they're doing to these people, moving them out of their houses, telling them even if they live there for decades, kicking them out, and then moving a Jewish family in, I think it's fucking ridiculous. Some of the stuff that they're doing to the people just because they're not Jewish, they're moving, you know, it's just ridiculous what's going on. I'm not going to speak much about it. Like I said, some guys want to come on the show and talk about it. I'm trying to get a hold of somebody at a Jewish agency so we can maybe have a educational talk about this, because there's a lot of Jewish people that are actually not for this. It's more the government, Israel, that are doing this, that they're, you know, kicking people out of houses and just, you know, it's kind of nuts. So, you
know, the way I was explained, and you know, I had to ask my son because he's pretty knowledgeable on, you know, world events, and it kind of made, you know, it made a lot of sense what he was saying. You know, for so many years we've bit our tongue on what the Jewish do and so forth, because you look at their history of, you know, the Nazis and what they did to them, right? And so if you kind of flip it, it's similar to, not similar in the sense of, I mean, in a way, it's similar. They're now, you know, doing this to the Palestinians, and it's like, okay, what's the difference? And then he had a good point, and he made this term. It said kind of like when we helped, you know, was it Saddam Hussein, and he turned around and he fought us. So it's I think that us having a discussion about it and somebody who knows everything about it and what's going on that can educate us, I think it'd be great, because I'm really interested to know more and not just what media tells us and biased opinions. I think this is definitely a serious topic that we should be concerned about, and we should be supportive of these people who are, you know, being just taken from and killed, and their lands taken from them and their homes. It's crazy, the things that I'm hearing, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know what opinion to have because I'm not educated enough on it, and I would really like to be.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to get my nephew to call him, but he's working. He's as far as I'm concerned, a political genius. So he said, "What are you guys talking about?" So I'm gonna send him a message, but yeah, he would definitely know a lot.
I'd like, even if we did an extra show just to kind of focus on it, and I you know, took the time to find people who have more education on it that can educate us and our listeners, I think would be great.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to read. I mean, since Monday, it says there was 139 people have been killed, including 39 children, 22 women in Israel. 8 people have been killed, including a man killed by a rocket that hit in, I don't know if that T is silent, Ramadan, a suburb of
Ramadan started.
Tel Aviv on Saturday. So yeah, I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. It needs to be addressed, and you know, people need to be educated on it. It might not be happening in your neighborhood or your country, but it's happening to people that are relatives of people you know, and it's, you know, these are human beings. So we need to give them support in any way we can, even if it's just by educating yourself on their hardship and what's happening.
Yeah. Crazy what's going on in the Middle East, and it's always terrifying because these people have been fighting for millenniums, you know what I mean? So,
right.
Yeah, they're tired.
Right. So we'll move on to entertainment. American Idol finalist Caleb Kennedy exits the show after a KKK theme video surfaces. I don't know if you guys seen this. I was just like,
no, I didn't.
What's on here?
No, I didn't see it. Every time I went to go watch something, it said it had been blocked.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I'll make this bigger.
Not paying too much to American Idol these days, you know.
I thought you were a fan.
No. When it first started, I used to watch it with my sister and my nieces, though. That was our thing. When it was fun to watch. In the beginning, everything gets wear and tear on it, you know. Wow, that's really. Thanks. I'm gonna have nightmares now tonight. That's pretty creepy, man. Wow. I'm glad I didn't see it. That's crazy. You could put out a million statements. It don't matter no more.
No, you're done.
That's something, yeah. Wow.
He was 16 when that happened?
Yeah.
That's a result of his parenting. He's from where? Did it say where he's from? Where is he from? Country? Somewhere country?
Some country.
That's how those people raise their children there.
Right.
But you at 16, I don't know. I guess from where they're from, that's something that's acceptable, and it's disgusting. And now he's learning the hard way, which, hey, that's life.
That's life. So I have never been an Ellen DeGeneres fan. I know there's a lot of women.
I love her.
But she finally saying goodbye to Ellen DeGeneres. So
Today I have an announcement to make. Today I am announcing that next season, season 19, is going to be my last season. So, the past 18 years, you have to know, has changed my life. You all have changed my life. And I am forever grateful to all of you for watching, for laughing, for dancing, sometimes crying. This show has been the greatest experience of my life. And I owe it all to you.
So, Tori, what does she do now?
She'll probably do something with gay rights or women's rights or something. I mean, I'm not really sure what she's going to do now. Probably still try to do something charity related. She's always been pretty, you know, her goal has always been charity related and to help others. I know her, you know, there's so many different views on her. Some people are like, oh, she's evil bitch. You have staff that said she was terrible to work for. You had people that badmouthed her. You had people saying that she's a pedophile, that she's takes, you know, when the whole Wayfair is selling kids thing. I mean, there's been so many rumors that have speculated on about her, and then COVID hit right when that happened. So I'm sure her ratings dropped, and I still can't bring myself to say she's a terrible human after seeing all of the good that she's done for so many people. Like, you can't be that bad of a person if you're doing all these great things for people and trying to help them without anything in return other than just seeing them smile and, you know, flourishing from it. So I mean, I'm a bitch sometimes. We're all assholes at point. And when you have that much money and you have, you know, employees, I'm sure things get, you know, kind of ugly here and there. And I'm not saying that she didn't do these things in regards to, you know, maybe being hard to work for or whatnot. But as for what I think she's going to do, I mean, just watching her, you can tell she was getting choked up. So I know that this is hard for her, but she got a lot of money, and I feel like she wants to end it where she's still on a good note until you know, where it gets worse. But I see her doing something charity wise or something for rights, people's rights, or, you know, gay rights or women's. I just, that's kind of the vibe I get from her, because she's always been that person, regardless of allegation. So.
So the comedian Gary Owen, his strange wife, wants $44,000 a month from her. And I know we beat this horse.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna post this. I seen this because I seen what was going on with him like a couple weeks ago, and I thought I'd leave it alone because I knew he would. I knew it was gonna come back up again because they were just in the works of that. And I was like, oh, Drake's going to eat this one up. So
you know, wife.
I like Gary Owen. He's a shit. Hilarious.
$2 million. Now, this lady wants $44,000 a month. She says, I seen all his checks. I see the money he's making. I need to have $44,000. I guess she's saying he's making about $200K a month.
2 to 4.
Yeah, 2 to 4. And she wants some of it.
Yeah. She said 2 to 4, and even during the pandemic, it was never less than $100,000 a month, and that he has checks for usually up to $300,000 just laying around waiting to be cashed at any moment.
I gotta say, you gotta pay women. You gotta pay. You married them. I mean, if you married them a week ago or a year ago, maybe she doesn't deserve this.
That was my question. How long had they been married? Was it a while?
Doesn't really say.
It didn't say. It just seemed like a long time, but I don't know.
I don't know, but I still think that's a lot of money. I gotta be honest. You know,
that's half of what he's making a month. If he makes 40, you know, if he makes 100,000 on a low end, she's still asking for almost half. That's and you know what? All my thought was this: she's asking for 44 because she said that's what he would deposit in her bank account for her monthly spending. That's a lot of fucking money a month to be spending. What the fuck are you buying for $44,000 a month?
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Like, I know how much I spend, and I'm just there's, I don't know, anything over 10, I think is just fucking. It's like,
he got married.
it's excessive. Like, how much more stuff do you need?
He got married in 2003, so they were married for a very long time. 2 sons
They were married
together.
for a while.
2 sons.
Yeah,
and
I knew
daughter.
they saw their children. Plus, so she's gonna get spousal support plus child support.
Same time I got with my.
I gotta ask you, at what point do you say she's a greedy bitch?
I think she's being greedy. Okay, this is my view. She is asking for the same amount that was deposited in her account while she was married. She wants that divorce. I don't think that's right. You're choosing to divorce him. There's going to be a loss there, sweetie. Yeah. Unless you can prove that you helped make him who he is and built his business and I think she said she put her career to the side. Like, I think those are things you need to prove. So, I don't know their specifics. And sometimes, behind a man is a strong woman who helped him get there. So there could be those things that are going on that maybe she deserves a certain amount because she was his, his backbone. I don't know. I don't know their history enough to comment on the amount, but
I think it's extreme.
It's extreme. Yeah. Well, you're getting divorced. How are you going to ask for what you were getting while you were married?
Right.
That's a little ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm okay with 20 G's a month. You can give me 20 G's. We're cool.
20 G. Coming from a divorce, and we've been divorced, I just think sometimes you're like, you know what? You're being a greedy bitch at this point.
You greedy bitch.
Right.
So Bill Maher
tested having so much money. What the fuck?
I mean, that all I was gonna say was it's almost like the unemployment. Well, I got this much. So I don't do what you do. It doesn't. I don't understand why some people don't get that. Everybody's different. What you make, so I don't want to divorce.
I mean, if he is making $200,000 to $400,000 a month.
You just said it. I mean, they go off of what you make unless there's other stuff involved. So
I'm like,
either lady. I mean, I don't know.
We go 30 on the low end, 30 on the low end, 52 on the high. I don't know.
Round that shit off and call it a day.
It's just when she said that's her monthly spending. I just think that's crazy. Like, what the again?
I think when women say stuff like that,
spending. What are you buying?
They're hurting themselves a lot more than benefiting. I don't think they should say. I mean, I'm sure you have to, you have to show that to your lawyer or whoever. But when people I'm spending it like they think it's gonna help them. Okay, your fault. Maybe you don't need this. Maybe you don't need that.
Let's just say she's going high end, right, on the beauty products, right? Nails, hair.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say you spend money on something, say something that's
10 grand,
a necessity, not. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
you know what I mean? Something that
how much are you spending when you go out to brunch with your girlfriends, or even on the high end of saying like, okay, my yoga classes cost this much, and I'm just saying all the things women buy, right? Yoga, hair, nails, lashes, skin, treatments, what fucking ever.
Right.
I'm gonna go high end, right? Out with your girlfriends, 15,000. That's high end. That's ridiculous. Like that's crazy. What, 44? You can't possibly be buying that many clothes. Are you buying like 10 fucking $5,000 handbags a month? Like, what the fuck are you buying? And you don't need that shit. It's only 30 days. In a 30-day span, you're spending that fucking much money. There's a problem there. There's a problem.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Regardless, there's a problem. Regardless of what you're asking for, if that's what you're spending, bitch, you better go get some therapy. Right? Because you sound like you're doing retail therapy and you're just wasteful. All that could go to helping people.
Right. No, I agree.
Not yourself.
I agree. So Bill Maher's tested positive for COVID. I watch real time his show all the time. In his pause, he said he's feeling okay. He was a big supporter to getting Trump out of office, but he finally got COVID. I wonder how long his stopping of his show is going to be. It doesn't really say, but he said he's feeling fine. So another celebrity that contracted COVID.
I still can't get off how much money she's spending a month. In my head, I'm like, okay, car, house. Bitch, we're only about 25.
Yeah,
Sorry,
some people try
focused on this.
Some people try because some people
Internet.
more going out than they have coming in. It's like,
right? I'm like, damn, bitch, what you buying?
just get out of hand.
Yeah.
Next
More
thing
money,
you know,
more problems.
you're filing for bankruptcy or some shit.
Something going on.
Reason that my page closed, but so Alex Rodriguez has this picture, and I'm not going to bring it up. Then I gotta look.
I think this is funny.
I thought I hated this guy when he played for the Yankees. I'm really tired of him now, but it's okay.
I like him. I think he's hot.
That he's welcoming J-Lo back, room for dinner. He sets up another table serving for just in saying, hey, J-Lo can always come back. Her and Ben is back. Alex is a Yankees fan. Ben is a Boston's fan. So there's a lot of rival going on. I got to be honest with you. I mean, this girl is pulled from either side to say, does she go back with her ex-boyfriend? Does she go back with her current, her boyfriend that she just broke up with? This just seems like a clusterfuck that she's dealing with. She says she looks happy with, I want to say Bennifer, but Ben. But I know she was with Alex, and they have kids. She has kids, and he has kids, and they were doing the family thing. It kind of makes me sad that, she was with Alex, and they looked like they were having like a family life, and then she breaks up, and now she's back. Now she's with Ben, and they haven't really admitted to say that they're romantic. I don't know. I'm kind of tired of it. I think that she should keep her life personal, especially the way she bounces. She does the homie hop. I call it the homie hop.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree right there.
All right, go for it.
I feel like Alex is the reason that she moved on. And if he wasn't the reason, he wouldn't have posted that picture, and he wouldn't be trying to get her back. He wronged her some point that was private, and I feel like this is her petty move to get back at him and to show people that you ain't about to fucking embarrass me. Do you know who I am? I'm a fucking J-Lo from the block. Like, come on, I'm Jenny from the block. You're not going to do this to me. So just because somebody treats you wrong doesn't mean you have to keep shit under wraps. Like, she kept it moving. She bossed the fuck up. Yeah, she's a lot of dudes, but you notice all the dudes want to be with her. So, she doing something right. I think Alex slipped. He got caught slipping. I think he got caught
I
slipping.
size women up all the time. Especially celebrities. I got to be honest with you. I think to me, I think she's horrible in bed. And I never slept with her, but I think she's horrible in bed. Just my thoughts.
Has anybody commented on it?
What?
Any of her past people? Have they?
I think she would sue them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Jennifer Lopez doesn't suck good cock. You know what I mean? I just don't think, I think they'd sue the shit.
Maybe it's just her as a person in general that they like, why they always are they're cool with her still. Because if she was a shitty person, I would feel that somebody would have let that out.
Maybe. I just think that somebody with that much power, that much diva, she's gonna just lay there, you please me, motherfucker. Yeah, that's not about you,
See, I don't see that with her. I see her being sexy. She's sexy on stage. She's sexy in her whole life, in her dressing, the things that she does. You think in bed she's not about to be sexy? You think she's just going to be a front? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I've never dated, I've never dated a porn star, or I never dated, you know, I think I messed around with a stripper, but I don't know. Sometimes I think those people that, let's say,
said, I think I did.
I know. That's why I laughed. I think. Hey, let me
Either
jog
you
my.
did or you didn't.
Let me jog my memory. I think I fucked around with the slipper this one time.
Just this one time. But when you performing sex, let's say when you're performing sex as a profession, let's say a porn star, and you know, they're married, are they freaky at home, or are they just like
absolutely?
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking like I just suck 8 dicks. I'm not sucking your dick. I'm.
All right then.
8. That's a busy ass night.
You know what I'm saying?
Hardest worker in the room.
Strippers don't listen. Right.
I'm just thinking, like, you know, I'm thinking, I just got.
Oh man.
Thinking like I got my asshole blown out. You're not fucking me in the ass.
Not all strippers take it in the ass and suck dick like that every night. Like that's such a misconception.
Ain't a porn star.
A porn star? Yeah. You know, I think
That's like brushing your teeth, bro. To a porn star.
in the porn stars I know several porn stars actually, and they all tell me that it's
Do you know
very
Rachel
hard.
Starr?
Who's that?
Damn it.
No, I
Never mind
don't.
then. Never
I
mind
don't.
then.
Sorry, Rachel. I don't know. You'll have to
What
look you
about
up.
Sasha Grey?
I don't know her personally. Like I know some personally, but not those ones. But the ones I do know, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. So
thank you.
The ones that I do know, you're welcome. No, it'll be good. I mean, I guess it's just whatever you're into. So
yes.
The ones that I do know, I'm just saying, keeping it real. They say that it's hard to find, you know, relationships that take them seriously, obviously. One that I know has been in a committed relationship for a long time. Her man's a little passive, I guess you could say. He's okay with it. I think because he's so passive, it kind of turns him on. I think it's a kink of his. Another one I know though, she has an extremely hard time. Any of that, even prior to her being a porn star, taking her seriously. I think that's when she was just like, fuck it, I might as well do it anyways. I mean, I can't get a dude that wants to be fucking serious with me. So it's a fine line. But from what I know, they're all still freaky with their man or their boyfriend or whoever. And I think that might be part of the problem too, because then they be freaky with them and they're probably in their head thinking, oh, she just did this with a bunch of dudes already. Like, I don't know. It's not really my thing, or it's nothing new for her, right? It's not personal. It's not something that is intimate because she's doing it with others. I would think. I don't know.
Yeah, that would
I think J-Lo's freaky in bed still, but porn star in general, I think that's a big issue for them too, to have a relationship. I mean, wouldn't you be thinking that if you were fucking a porn star, thinking, did she just do this with so and so an hour ago?
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I would think, you know.
Mm-hmm. It would be hard. It would be hard for them to have a relationship. And I don't know, I don't pass judgment. So in that sense, like if that's what you do and that's your job, make your money, dude, make your money, girl. But again, that's something you have to look at in having relationships in general. You got to really find the right person that's willing to deal with that. Or somebody who finally says, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm done with this life. Time to not do this anymore and start anew. And me personally, I have another acquaintance. I won't call her a friend, but I'll call her an acquaintance. She said when she stopped, and she wouldn't tell people because they had this outlook on her, like, oh, she said she got 2. One, it would either be, oh, she's a freak, she's a slut, or I don't want to be with her, she's been with this many people. And
this is the thing right here, 37 cocks. This is what I would think of.
Spit back into his mouth while kissing. It's called snowballing.
Snowballing.
He requests this?
Ew.
Sylvan got me talking down. Why do you say that?
Like you said, she's mobile.
Hope you got your bucket, Tori.
No,
Yeah, right.
You guys did this to me today again, huh?
You sucked that guy's dick?
Yeah, how do you think I knew that he...
Wait, but you said you only had sex with 3 different guys. You never mentioned him.
Because I never had sex with him.
You sucked his dick.
We went out a few times. We never had sex, but we fooled around.
Oh my God, why did you tell me you only had sex with 3 different guys?
Because I did only have sex with 3 different guys. That doesn't mean I didn't just go with people.
Oh my God, I feel so nauseous.
Sorry, Dante. I thought you understood.
I did understand. I understood that you had sex with 3 different guys, and that's all you said.
Please calm down.
How many?
Dante.
How many dicks have you sucked? How many?
All right, shut up a second and I'll tell you. Jesus, I didn't freak out like this when you talk about how many girls you fucked.
This is different. This is important. How many? Well?
Something like 36.
What? Something like 36? Well, something like 36. Does that include me?
37.
I'm 37?
So that, I mean,
Do
that's
you,
what.
do you think it's important to disclose how many people you've been with prior?
No,
Is that like a thing you guys want to know? Is that like important to you?
not to me. Not to me. I don't care what you did.
I had someone ask me that, and we stayed on the subject for like a month.
Yeah, argument.
I was just like, why? Oh, it's not a big deal. Then if it's not a big deal, it's either way. Like, why would you want to know
Like,
that?
what exactly? One, why do you want to know? Two,
I think it's
the only
a little,
question.
it's something a little bit extra freaky about the person that wants to know that shit.
Yeah,
I told
just,
the person,
if anything,
I don't want to know how many people you bit. Like, why would I want to think about that?
If anything, I just want to make sure you were practicing safe sex, right? Like, hey, I don't really care who you've been with and who, unless it's like somebody I know. If it's somebody I won't know, I definitely want to know, just because I want to know how I'm acting around this person, or if there was something that happened that I don't want to look stupid, like, right? But in general, like, just as long as I know you practice in safe sex, I ain't got to worry about myself. And but the amount of people, what you did before me is you, and what I did before you is me. So don't ask me.
Well, that's
right.
that. I was with dating somebody, and they said, "Well, you know, would you let me know if we run into that person? You know, if you had, you know, hey, you had a relationship or you had sex with them." I'm like, that's tough. So you know, I was at the bar, and we were having drinks, and I was like, yeah, the girl that just said hi, yeah. And then it was like 4 or 5, and she was like, "God damn it!" And it just turned into another.
See, I wouldn't be mad. Like, you could be, you could be like, "Hey, her, whatever."
Yeah,
that's cool.
her.
I'm not really. I don't really want to know.
You
because I want to know.
You say, did he say her? And be like, yeah, her.
You know, hey, sometimes, but I, for me personally, it's more of a women can be petty. And I want to know, when we're sitting together and this woman walks up to you and she extra friendly, is she doing it because she's really happy to see you with your new girl and this, or is she doing it because she's still sending out the call me vibes? Like, don't disrespect me like that. Don't do, you know, if you're going to act that way, make sure, wait till I go to the bathroom, sweetie. Don't do that shit in front of me, because that's just disrespectful shit, right? I've ran into dudes
if this guy that you're dating gets up and goes to the bathroom, and then she comes up to you and she'd be like, "Oh, girl, man, he is the bomb in bed." What would you say?
I'd high five her.
You would high five her?
Yeah, I'd be like, or honestly, I'd say, "I know."
And then, you know, he says,
right?
"Oh,
I would say something back.
Smart.
Like,
Don't
I
make
know.
yourself look bad, right?
No, I don't ever look like, no, I am unbothered like a motherfucker. Because, sweetie, if you, and in my head, I'm thinking, well, if you were just as good as him, I wouldn't be sitting here anymore. She would.
Right.
So I ain't worried about it.
Right.
I'm impressed.
No, I'm just saying, if she said, you know, some of the things we did, you want me to tell you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we had this conversation off the air.
No, we got new tricks.
Nothing.
We got new tricks anymore. Clearly, your tricks weren't cutting it. So you're good. I mean, if you want to tell me, go ahead. But that's fine. I'm good.
Me and Tori had this conversation off air, And I don't know if you think it's disrespectful, but I had this certain kink or problem when I was younger when I did it. Tori calls it eye fucking. You know, if I was with a girlfriend, I would literally turn around and be like, God damn, you know, and that's very disrespectful. You know, I grow out of it. You were younger. But, Alex, you think it's disrespectful for you, or if someone that you're talking or even having a date, if a girl goes by and you're like, God damn, to yourself, is that disrespectful or vice versa?
Yeah, man. Where'd you grow up at? Of course, it's disrespectful.
I'm just asking,
what positive thing can you take out of it?
So if a girl does that and was like, what do you tell her?
How would you feel if a girl did it to you that you really like?
Exactly, Alex.
I would, but I'm now.
And I know you don't care about a lot of your dates that you say you don't. I don't care. I'm just but that one that you do really care about.
Even if you didn't care and you guys were out on another,
how would you
if
feel?
you guys were out on a
pissed.
date, you wouldn't be like,
I'd be
bitch, what the
pissed.
fuck?
Yeah, no, I would.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful.
20 years ago, I don't care. But what I'm saying now, yes, I would.
Well, me speaking for myself.
Now I don't have that problem, and I have to psych myself out. So if I was sitting there with a girl and a badass girl walks by,
not that big of a pervert. I don't know.
And I have to, and I know she's bad. I'm gonna have to. I talk, I'm talking to myself in my head, like, don't look.
You'd have to still do that?
Look,
That's
you know what
not
I
a
mean.
problem for me at all. When I'm with a woman, I'm with a woman, I'm with her.
It's a problem.
That's just how I am. That's how I was raised. That's how my
I always have to
was, you know what I
say,
mean? Like,
you know what? I have to be conscious of who's across the table. I have to be conscious, even when I'm with my daughters and I see a bad. I'm like, fuck, I can't look.
No, I'm just focused on the girl that I'm with, because I'm like. Me looking
you look
at
like you were
girl,
struggling right now.
Yeah, right, for real.
You were like,
man, I feel sorry for you, bro.
Fuck, I can't look. See, I'm
For
like
me,
this. If we're
no, I was
ahead.
just gonna say if I'm with a girl, I'm like, look, I'm about to go home. I'm going home, whether it was my wife or whoever. When I was dating back in my younger days, I'm going home with her. I already have something. I don't need to look at something I ain't gonna get. I can't have so.
I don't
it's
think
very
there's
easy
anything.
for me.
Listen,
I'm
I don't
just-
think there's anything wrong with. Okay, we're sitting
yeah.
at a table. We're sitting at a table. We're eating. A beautiful woman walks in. Might be with her husband, her boyfriend, by herself, her girlfriends. Right? Beautiful women walk in. I see nothing wrong with looking over and glancing and coming back.
Yeah, glance is one thing.
Glancing
is one thing.
When you straight up stare. When you're staring at them at the table, when you're watching them as they walk to the bathroom, the restroom, when you are kind of like a gawk, longer
kind of like, look, Tori, when I go to the restroom,
I'm even the type of person. See me, I check out everybody's butt.
When I'm at a urinal, I was like, look, I'm like, come on, what this guy looking at? Like, if you're staring at me more than 1.5 seconds, like. It's not right.
Yeah,
man. We're all men in here in the bathroom. So it's the same thing with. I don't stare. I just don't stare.
See,
I'm not obvious.
I will look at a woman's butt and boobs personally. I check her out, right? But I don't make shit awkward. I'll at least wait until she's not looking. And if I'm with somebody else, I'm not going to do that because it's just disrespectful. But for me personally, if it's a woman, I'll be like, oh my God, she is gorgeous. Look at her. Like I am.
I mean, I've sat there on a date
seeing another woman
with
like
my ex-wife.
It's different when a man says it in a certain way.
Or I would ask my wife or something, do you think this guy's cute or a celebrity? You think this celebrity is cute? Or
exactly.
Like, well, no. Just trying to get an idea of what she might like, what she might not. So
now, if a guy walks in and he's attractive, most guys don't want to hear me go, he's good looking.
Well, I'm not going to sit there and ask a girl, hey, you think that guy's good looking? Like, you know what I mean? I might, or, vice versa. She's going to, if there's a good looking woman walking by, she might. You wait for the woman to make a compliment before you start talking at a woman in front of.
I'm the woman that always makes the compliment though. I'm like, man, her legs are amazing. Like she's hot.
And I would be like, yes, they are. I mean,
but you better follow it up with, You're prettier though, babe.
Exactly. But they're not. She ain't got.
As long
your
as you
legs.
tell me I'm prettier,
Yeah, she ain't got your.
we good. We good. She ain't got your tits though, boo.
Be smart about it, and that's what I mean. I'm with who
Right.
I'm with. That's just how.
Sometimes I have to psych myself out, and I know she looks good, and I have to say like, don't look. Think of a happy place. Think of some.
All my attention is on the person I'm with. It's easy for me.
Think of a happy place.
And I'm glad I don't have that problem. That sounds like a whole lot of headaches, man.
Puppies. I'm thinking of puppies. Puppies and ice cream. Like,
right. Rainbows, gummy bears.
Right.
We were in, and I know we're going down this rabbit hole, but last night I went to Texas Roadhouse with the girls, and I was thinking, I was like, man, it'd be funny if I run into somebody that I haven't talked to or somebody that ghosted me. There it was. We're walking out, and I somebody that ghosted me, and I was thinking about it as before last night, and I was thinking, I was like, there's probably been about 2 girls probably since I've been divorced and separated, probably 2 girls that have ghosted me. And I know we talked about the subject before. I'm always curious and say why. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't send him a dick pic. Maybe we had sex, maybe we didn't. I think one of them we did. But it's always funny because I was thinking to myself, I was walking. I was like, yeah, I'm in the area where I know she lives. And lo and behold, there she was right there.
And when you think about it, that's when they pop up.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
I woke up to a text this morning. So you're just going to fucking still ignore me, huh?
So, I'm not.
I have to laugh because, yeah, I am. Okay.
I'm not the guy that's petty. I wouldn't have went up to her and be like, hey, how you doing? Don't worry. She's going to ghost you too. Like, I don't do any of that stuff. Like,
she was with a guy?
Yeah, she was with a guy. And, for me, there's a lot of things that I've done since I've been divorced. Like, and, there's things that maybe I took pictures with women, whatever the case may be. But I have never been petty and saying, I've seen some guys that might even post some pictures of them and a girl together, like, and kind of rub salt in the wound.
Yeah.
But I just never, I just never liked that. I'm just like, it is what it is. And for me, I act like if you ghosted me, I'm acting like, hey, you know what? I don't even fucking know you. Like, you know what I mean?
Unbothered.
Yeah. And I walked by her. I know she's seen me. I walked right by her. That was it. I didn't say anything. And then prior, maybe about a month ago, and I still talk to this girl once in a while. But I seen her over at a restaurant, and I look over and I seen her. Maybe she didn't recognize me, but I'm really good with faces. So she's with some guy or whatever, and she never even said hi or anything. But I like I said, I see when I see him out in a restaurant, I'm thinking that's funny. So I'm putting the other shoe on the other foot. If you saw this guy walking by that you ghosted, do you say anything, Tori?
No, I don't say anything. Honestly, I hold myself to a completely different standard. I don't say anything. I will say this though. I do size her up because I want to see. Oh, that's what you downgraded to? Okay. I mean, or I'll tell my girlfriend, I'm like, yeah, I saw so and so. He was with a girl. She was cute. Like if a girl's cute, I'm like, she has nothing to do with it. But that tells me a lot about you on like your type, or I've even seen, guys that I used to date, and they literally have somebody who looks like me. I'm like, oh yeah, he's got a type. She literally could have been my sister. Wow. I had last year, I had a lot of people messaging me saying, your ex-boyfriend so-and-so, or saying, I had people message me and ask me if you were in town. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm not in town. And she's like, no, I had to tell them, no. She even said, my friend said, his ex-wife messaged me and said, I think Tori's in town. Oh, wow. I'm getting feedback.
I don't know. I can hear you.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think those are beats or whatever.
Coming out and going in.
That's fine. We'll move on to the next subject. In New York City subway violence, reportedly suspect who was attacked at least 4 people in 12 minutes on a crime spree. I don't know if you saw this, Alex, but I'll just play the video. Tori back on the screen.
I'm back.
All right. So we're just moving on.
These aren't beats, but I can still hear myself.
I was just asking because I bought some and I ended up trying to use them on the show, but I couldn't use them. So they
I've
look
never
like
had a problem with these. Yeah, they look like beats. They're the honestly, they're the Sony ones.
Arrested in Florida.
So this was a
Let's head out to Alex
crime
Hogan.
spree
She's reporting live from
that this
Times
guy-
Square on this developing story. Alex, what do we know?
Hi, Sandra. So I just talked with police and they found the suspect about 1,000 miles away, all the way in Florida. And police tell me that they plan to bring Farrakhan Muhammad, a 31-year-old, back to New York as quickly as possible. And this is a person that they say they knew before. He was charged just last year with assault for allegedly attacking a man and shoving him into a trash can over a fight about a CD. It was just on Saturday when gunfire rang out, hitting innocent bystanders, including a 43-year-old woman, a 23-year-old woman who was visiting New York with her family. When she was shot in the leg, she didn't even tell her family because she wanted.
So it's kind of crazy because we were just talking about public transit, and I'm like, shit, I don't know now. So,
That's crazy. I'm glad they caught him now.
Yeah, Columbus agrees to pay, and I don't even remember hearing this, $10 million for a family for Andre Hill, an armed black man killed by police. So more gang police violence towards minorities. So that, I mean, that's good. I don't know. I don't even know what it was at Columbus. I don't know if it was Columbus, Ohio or not. I think it is. But do you remember the Andre Hill case? I don't. It is Columbus, Ohio.
What's fucked up is that there's so many of them.
This happened in December of, it looks like, it doesn't say a date, but this happened in December. It doesn't say the date. Hill was 47, was exiting a garage home northwest Columbus around 2 a.m. December 22nd when he was shot and killed by Columbus police officer Adam Coy. Police had responded to a non-emergency disturbance call about a vehicle turning it on and off. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't hear much about it.
He had a cell phone in his hand. And
what? They thought it was.
Yeah, he was emerged from a garage holding a cell phone.
Oh, now that I remember, you said the garage. Now I remember, but it didn't get too much. I don't remember too much news coverage.
There's so much that has been going on, and December was kind of a blur for me, so I don't really remember too much of what was going on in December, unfortunately. So again, I can't really comment on that case, but again, a pack of Skittles, a cell phone,
right?
iced tea. Which is it? They all are thinking they're guns, but the one officer can't tell the difference between her taser and her gun. I don't know. That's
right. So Amazon,
and again, the 10 million isn't going to bring him back. It's
right.
It's kind of. I didn't read into it, so I don't know if there was that officer, did he receive jail time?
No, I skipped off the story because I thought we were ending it, but it did say that they did fire him.
Yeah, so he was fired, but no jail time. He's not in prison.
No, I think this was a civil case.
Honestly,
there you go.
Like I look at it like this. Yeah, 10 million. You're crazy. I look at 10 million is great. You got $10 million, but as a family member of that person, I'd much rather keep no money and see him serve life behind bars.
Truck, is that you or sorry, Alex?
Not me. I wish it was me. I want damn ice cream.
Good humor truck.
Yeah.
So you want to hear something crazy?
I got my window open.
So yesterday was my my pit
My
bull
neighbor
that I
buying
had.
$100 worth of ice cream. It's all good.
Listen, so my pit bull who passed away a few years ago, yesterday was her birthday, right? And she would sing with the ice cream truck every time it come by. She'd literally howl, and the ice cream trucks in the neighborhood knew her in
Oh my
St. Clair
God.
Shores, and we would take her out and she would sit pretty and wait
That's
for the kids to get their
hilarious.
ice cream, and she would get a strawberry shortcake. I have not heard an ice cream truck since I've moved from Michigan. Like here we have ice cream trucks, but they don't really drive in my neighborhood and stuff. And
Right.
I made a comment yesterday about chasing the ice cream trucks, and now this music is playing. So I already know that this is like a little sign because I have been getting them. And so yeah, how cool is that?
Yeah, they
I'm
always
just
that
saying.
guy loves this block because my neighbor he's got like 6 kids over there, and then if I'm outside, hey Alex, you want ice cream? I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Run to that
Strawberry
shit. I
shortcake,
still run to that
taco,
shit.
taco. Give
I
me
used
my
to like
taco,
to I used to
taco.
like I used to like to run and sit on the bumper, but I won't do that shit no more.
Yeah, don't do that.
Can't do
Don't
that. You don't do that, kids. That's not the 80s or 90s no more. So, but they used to be
Mhm.
fun. Sit on the thing and go down halfway down the street before you get yelled at or some shit.
I needed to hear that music. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll probably hear it for another 2-3 minutes till they leave.
Okay.
Amazon increases reward. This is a $50,000 reward. Someone left a noose in a warehouse. Like, I don't know if somebody was trying to commit suicide or they want to just hang somebody. But Amazon came in one day and it was April 27th, and they found a noose in the warehouse, which is crazy. So they got a $50,000 reward.
I wasn't paying attention to it until you guys brought it up. I think I had to shut my window because it's kind of irritating me now. Drive away.
Drive away.
Drive away, big worm. Big worm.
Oh, we're at the tower mark
Big
here.
worm.
Right.
I'm trying to blow these. UFO video is pretty much clear. They're real. They show that show a UFO in the sky. I don't know. Is UFOs real? Come on.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they are.
Gotta minimize it a little bit.
Drake, you're in Arizona. Have you not? Area 51. You don't follow none of this?
I don't. I don't know.
Don't get abducted, okay?
Fire in the sky. Ever since I went to the movies and seen Fire in the Sky, I've been hooked.
So that's the image that they showed. You know what? I know you're a big Bigfoot person. You know, that's what I want to see. I want someone to say, I got Bigfoot. You know, I think I want to see Bigfoot before I see aliens. So
That's funny. So Dom is like, oh man, he's like Bigfoot's #1 fan. Even yesterday in Sedona, we got him. You know how they do the metal cutouts, and then they like powder coat it, and he got a Bigfoot metal cutout. So
cool.
to hang on his wall, yeah. And there's this thing that said hide and seek, reigning champion. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I've seen a shirt.
A little sass, yeah, a little
I've seen a
Sasquatch humor.
T-shirt with that on there, with that Bigfoot shirt. This guy at work had a T-shirt like that. And it said that. I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah, I think
Isn't it awesome?
I want to see Bigfoot more than I want to see an alien. I don't know. Give me.
See, Dom wanted to see Bigfoot more than an alien, and Zach wanted to see alien more than a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Anytime Zach was bad, I'd be like, pack a lunch. I'm dropping you off at Area 51.
That's funny.
I'd say it all the time. He'd be like, really? I'm like, yes, they're going to fucking return you. You're crazy.
So, and I sent this to the friend of the show. His name is JR. We go back a long time. So Target paused sales of sports cards after demand for a box leading to violence. You know, my daughter keeps trying to get the Pokemon cards, but she said, you got to get there at 6 a.m., blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not getting there.
I heard they stopped Pokemon too.
Yeah, they stopped everything. So I know there's a frenzy of the sports cards and all these cards, and people are making money. And that's why people are fucking getting in fights at Target, slapping each other because they want the box. So,
Yeah.
so Target is, they're like, hey, we stopping selling these motherfucking shit. So,
Yeah. They stopped it on what? All the sports and the Pokemon I saw.
right.
Yeah. People,
So,
these Target moms smacking the shit out of people.
So this goes into a couple different stories, but so the CDC says fully vaccinated people can ditch the masks indoors, physical distancing, Walmart, Trader Joe, Costco saying don't have to wear a mask. Disneyland, they're going to still keep masks on roller coasters. Six Flags, Legoland. I got to be honest with you. When I got the CDC saying you don't have to wear a mask outdoors, okay. Now you're saying you don't have to wear it indoors. But how do I know that motherfucker that don't have a mask on has his vaccine? Like, this is just scary. And I know Walmart was going to be the first motherfuckers to say, hey, you know what? You don't have to wear a mask. I was kind of thinking Trader Joe. That was kind of weird. Costco. I mean, how do you feel, Alex, when you see their CDC saying, okay, first, you don't have to wear a mask outside. Okay, I get it. That might be cool, but now you don't have to wear a mask inside. And how do I know you're vaccinated? I mean, what's your thought?
I don't listen to none of that shit. Don't listen to it. Do what we've been preaching since we did our first episode. Wear your mask. Protect whoever you're around. Protect yourself. Don't be a risk taker when it comes. Just wear your mask.
But how do you know when someone got a vaccination? You know what I mean? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. You don't. It's never going to be nobody's business to know that. That's why you should just continue to wear your mask. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what can I sit here and dissect, man?
No, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying, like, speaking just in general, like,
ridiculous. I think it's kind of
it's very confusing to the public, all the public, and it's just like that's not good, man. It is scary. It is scary because it's just a scary thing. Like we still don't know. You know, I've been reading a lot of posts on social media about like getting vaccinated, and I had a couple friends that had a little conversation on Facebook yesterday, saying that one of their friends passed away, and I don't usually comment on nothing, but I just, something made me comment on there. And I just said, people have to realize once again that we're all different. Our immune systems are different. It's just the way it is. And even if you're vaccinated, just use common sense. Even when you're vaccinated, fully vaccinated doesn't mean you can't get it. And like I said, it's just, everybody's different. So,
but I mean,
you gotta wear the mask. And it's very confusing. I think that's wrong of them too.
Right. You see all these restrictions.
Yeah.
Now you got the NFL, fully vaccinated players.
Right.
You have masks at the facilities. I mean, what's your thoughts on this? I know you've been I would say a pro masker for a long time, even before COVID. You see some of this misleading misinformation, and I'm not saying the CDC is wrong, but guess what? I got my vaccination. I'm wearing a fucking mask. You know what? I haven't been sick. I haven't had a cold. You know what? Something must be working, so I'm going to continue wearing the mask.
Well, who are they to tell that to?
I don't want to, but you know what? It works. What's your thoughts, Tori?
I think it's reckless. I think that it's sending the wrong message at this point. It's reckless. It's selfish. I don't believe it's infringing on rights, as certain people want to say. I think that because
that's even more ridiculous.
I think because we were misled to begin with, you have people who are going against the grain and don't want to believe that this is something that could help. They want to give every reason on why this is something that is hurting them. Again, like Alex said, we're all different. I'm not saying that wearing a mask is okay for everyone, because there are some people, COPD, respiratory issues, certain things that make it hard for them to wear for a duration of time. But again, you cannot deny that putting something in front of your face, putting something in front of the other person's face doesn't cut a percentage of spread by a certain amount. It absolutely does. Now, If you want to go ahead and risk your own life, go right ahead. But you should have common respect and decency for other people in the world whose situation might not be the same as yours. You don't know who they come in contact with every day, what their situation at home is, who they take care of, and who is at risk that they could be putting at risk because you passed it to them. And to not give a fuck is selfish as fuck, and it's reckless. And for these companies to say, oh, you don't have to do this, to promote this recklessness and not give, you know, again, like you said, how do you know who's been vaccinated, who's been not? Because right there is a breach of medical, you know, release. So you can't say that until until you see numbers drop, until my friends stop dying, until my family members stop being in the hospital, until your friends and your family members and your coworkers are not on life support anymore and are not fighting to breathe and fighting this, wear your motherfucking mask. Is it really infringing on you that much that you got to wear it in Walmart, the fucking breeder of all breeding viruses, the mecca, the fucking mecca of disease, Walmart? Like, you'll sit here and talk shit on the people of Walmart, but you don't think that there's some shit going on in there? Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nothing infringing on your fucking rights. Wear all the time.
Vaccinators, non-vaccinators are not gonna. They're not gonna wear masks. You know, I talk to people every day.
They're not gonna. They're gonna lie.
I mean, the CDC can't even handle the situation of the vaccine cards being stolen, and it's like, you know what I mean, like. I don't know if you guys seen that story. Vaccine cards being sold and sold.
There should be some kind of stamp, just like when you get a driver's license. There should have been something that came in the mail to you.
I was like,
you got vaccinated, you got it sent in the mail.
Right, and that's what I mean by when I say, who are they to say? Like, who are they to tell? You got to be self-aware and just, like you said, just take responsibility for yourself and people around you.
Bigger than yourself, though.
Exactly.
You know,
that's what I mean. That's why I say, who are they to tell? Like. Okay,
again, we're all in this together. We're in the same water, but we're not in the same boat. We're not. Not everybody is in the same boat as you. Have some fucking respect for your fellow human. It's not going to be It's not going to be your entire duration on Earth. It's not going to go out for, you know. But if you keep being selfish and you keep being reckless, it's going to continue fucking longer. Didn't we just learn that the past fucking year? If we would have been at the beginning less reckless and stopped this. It stopped your actions prior. Imagine the amount of people that would have still lived.
Right.
If that doesn't bother you, then you're a shitty fucking human.
It's like we would DJ parties, Drake, and we would DJ some bars. Not that it happened on our watch, but somebody had got shot or something. Okay, well, last week. Okay, well, you can bring your gun in this week, but you know, it's okay. Like, just. Stop it.
I heard somebody say, well, it didn't affect my family. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me.
That's even more. That's worse.
What?
That's a horrible thing to say. My God.
What?
And maybe that was a bad analogy, but I'm just trying to say, like you said, stop it when, you know, stop it while we can. Just do the one little simple thing that we can.
People preach, don't drink and drive. Why?
Boom.
Why don't you drink and drive? Because it could endanger it can endanger a family, it can endanger you, it can endanger anybody on the road, and it could affect so many more people if you drink and drive. What is the fucking difference?
And
you wear your seatbelt. Am I infringing on your rights for drinking and not getting behind the wheel because you're endangering people?
No,
is there really a fucking difference?
And thank you for trying to save my life, because maybe you care about my life more than.
Listen. I could get behind the wheel and make it home safely. I could drink, I could have a few glasses, I could get behind the wheel and make it home safely 1,000,000 times. It doesn't matter. I still don't drink and drive because there could be that one chance. It's the same fucking concept.
It's just
but
so
these people will not
drink.
drink and drive, right? They'll wear their seatbelts. They'll follow all these other rules because it could endanger a life. But you won't wear a piece of fucking cloth, a decorated piece of cloth, with your favorite team and the bling and the this and the that and the cool little fucking Bluetooth and the breathing thing on it. That infringes on your rights. Get the fuck out of here. You're a fucking hypocrite. Don't let me see you wear a motherfucking seatbelt. Don't stop at red lights. Don't fucking have a whole ass keg and get behind the wheel. Do all that shit. Okay,
in the passenger
seat, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite.
And it's
Because
so annoying
most
to
of the
hear
time,
that. Like,
you know, and I'm not condoning these behaviors, but most of these times,
right, I hear
you're
you.
going to be okay, right? There's going to be a 1 in 10 chance, or whatever the statistic is, of you getting into a car accident, or you not having your seatbelt on, or you going through a stop sign, or all these other rules that are set up for your safety. But now one that's not set long term, but it's just
Right.
until we can get the cause of this that is actually taking lives, more lives than the other things.
Right.
And you're like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to wear a mask when I go to buy my paper towel. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. It's all on us, you know. It's all about, we just got to be accountable, man. That's all. We got to be accountable.
Period. It's selfish. And then you have leaders who have from the get blamed other people and pointed fingers at other people instead of just being accountable and trying to do your part. And then you're spreading this other fear. So, my God, like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Stop being selfish. There's people in other countries right now that are trying to just be able to fucking live in their own homes right now.
Right.
Put a fucking mask on.
Put a mask on. Mask up,
until these numbers go down, and your friends and my friends and your family members and so-and-so's parents stop dying, can you just be a little considerate of the rest of us?
Yep, there you go.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. So we'll move on to Floyd Mayweather's bullshit. Logan Paul beats the daylights out of 4 brothers, an epic video. I thought this was funny. It was a long video, but I'll just play a few segments.
I felt that way. Hold on. I'll fix it.
So I know this. I mean, of boxing. I'm just so sick of it. So, and then on top of it, Floyd Mayweather Boxer Company files a lawsuit. Logan Paul fighting should be in Dubai. I mean, really? Come on. This is just on and on and on and on. I mean, Alex, as a boxing fan, a true boxing fan, do you take this shit even serious? Or are you just like, you know what? It's these dumb motherfuckers.
Oh, no, it's serious. It's real serious. I mean, when there's $30 million involved, that I think you kind of got to take that serious, whether it's boxing or bowling. I mean, they signed a contract with specific things on there, and that's what, once again, hats off to Mayweather and TMT Promotions, because they know how to do business, and that's what they do. And so he's gonna make whatever he's gonna make off this fight, and guess what? Another extra $30 million, because they didn't live up to their part of the contract. So, I mean, stuff like this. I mean, I guess it kind of, you know, it's fun. It's fun to watch certain things like this, and sometimes you don't know what's real or what's not. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's the joy I get out of that too. You know, of course, the main thing is the fight, but you know, I don't know how you feel, but like the hype up to the fight, regardless of what it is, you gotta, you know, get people's attention. And I mean, it is what it is, man. But yeah, they definitely breach of contract. I would believe, but so I don't know if that's gonna make anyone more furious when it comes to fight time. But yeah, as far as him sparring partners and knocking them out, I mean, okay. I mean, that's what they're sparring partners for. So I'm not impressed by none of that.
I'm not impressed.
But you know, once again, he's probably, you know, he's posting that stuff to, you know, keep reminding you of, you know, like, hey, here I am, fight's coming up. So, you know, it's all good. But yeah, I thought that was a little like crazy, and that's what Mayweather does, man. I mean, you gotta, right. You know, he's gonna get what he's gonna get, man. It's just the way he does business. So
I think Mayweather will.
I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you.
Wow. That's probably what's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm interested to see how this fight goes. If it looks fake, set up, whatever. I don't know.
We'll go back to wrestling. You know, you sent me this ad, and I don't know if all I've seen
crazy
guys has always been the good guy, anti-hero, but Sting caught snitching on wrestlers who were cheating on their wives. So he ousted some wrestlers that were fucking cheating on his wife. Is that what?
You know what? All I read. I mean, look, it's coming from an ICP member. It's coming from one person. Shaggy too dope, man. Have you ever heard anything bad said about Sting? I haven't.
Have you ever heard anything good said about Shaggy Too Dope?
There you have it, and that's the
okay.
That's the way the cookie crumbles because you know he's calling them out.
Look at your source. He just mad because he was too messy, right? Him and whoever else was messy, and someone called him out on being messy. If you're gonna cheat on your wife, don't be fucking messy.
Right.
And know what's gonna come with it.
To quote him,
somebody gonna tell on you.
He said, I guess the ICP member said that when Sting became a Christian, he was known for snitching on pro wrestlers who were cheating on their wives. This apparently rubbed some people the wrong way and for good reason. Sting, this is Shaggy Too Dope, I believe. Sting, dick, he's a rat. He effing told on all the wrestlers who were cheating on their wives, just ratted them out. He turned effing Christian and ratted all the boys in the back, told all their wives that they were effing women. So I don't know. He didn't respond or nothing, but I just thought that was a pretty crazy bullshit story.
Bullshit.
I don't know how good the ICP record sales are doing, but
right. But again, you got to look at the stores. You got to look at the stores too. If these people are all cheating on their wives like that, then you knew what was coming. So you can't be mad at somebody that puts you on blast because you know don't be fucking messy.
Right.
I don't
know why I like that word though.
Because that's what they are. Like
don't be it.
You don't be ashamed of what you're doing. If you were going to do it, you're going to get your dick sucked by somebody, and you're going to get caught. Then you knew. Like if you didn't want your wife or somebody to know about your extracurricular activities, then you should do it a little more privately.
There you go.
Don't be mad at the person that fucking called you out, because where's the real problem here? Or let's go even further. Talk with your wife and ask her to get with the girl too. Or go even further. Maybe you're, like have a talk with your wife. Like, hey, boo, you ain't doing the things you should be doing. I'm about to go over here because this girl's gonna bust it open for me. Whatever the case may be. But don't be mad at the person who has morals.
Yeah, so we got the Iron Sheik, and he's saying
fucking bullshit.
Calling that story fucking bullshit.
And I'm not saying that these guys didn't, whatever, do what you do, but you can't.
Life on the road.
But there's this, oath you take and
shit's gonna happen.
Whatever. Then just don't do stuff around him. But to go ahead and badmouth the person that has morals when you're the person who is cheating on their wife.
Keep it in your hotel room. Don't go out for night on.
Stay in your fucking lane.
Don't
cheat on your fucking wife. Or just don't get married.
Don't go to the hotel bar. Just stay in your room.
Yeah, have all the have all the hoes you want. Don't cheat on your. Don't get married.
Stay out of the lobby.
Drake raised his hand. Me, stay single if you want a whole life. It ain't that hard. And nobody judges you. Nobody judges you. You ain't got nobody to tell when when hoe is life. Come on, when hoe is life, don't get married.
We're gonna move on to baseball.
Agreed.
To baseball. This was a Padres fan that got crazy.
Skin is now at third. Tommy Pham, who reached on an error, is at second. Outfield fairly shallow.
Horrible.
I don't know.
Horrible, man.
I don't know if this was that.
I don't curse much, but there's fucking kids around, and for something like that to happen at a baseball game when things are just getting back to normal is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
supposed to be an outing, a family outing, man, event? When you go to a baseball game.
Was that at a Padres stadium?
I think so. I didn't see the story.
If it was, I've been to a Padre game, and I got to be honest with you, they're the nicest fans ever. When I went there, like, oh, you're a Tigers fan? You guys really kicked our ass. Now, I went to a Dodgers game, and I had a Tigers hat on, and they're like, we'll cut you.
Oh, yeah, you can.
There's a big difference.
You got to be easy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York, LA, Cleveland, like those. Yeah, you got to be careful, man.
I was at the Dodgers game.
Oh yeah, Dodgers don't play, man. They're
Padres
diehard fans like Detroit.
But I got to be honest with you. So Padres Stadium, very nice, laid back. Hey, how you doing?
I love Dodger Stadium.
How you doing, buddy? When I went to the Dodger Stadium, you got a lot of cholos, right? A lot of Mexican guys.
Oh,
don't even watch the baseball game. They're just standing around in a circle with
their
a Dodger.
locs on. With their locs on.
Their Dodger hat, and they're like, they want to stab you because you got a Tigers hat on. So
right.
Some stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I can see Padres fans being a little bit more just more fan friendly and stuff like that. Dodger fans are just especially after winning the championship finally. So they think they rule the world right now. Baseball world, they do.
So. The world. Like I said, we'll stay in baseball. So I know you sent me this, Lou Whitaker. It looks like did he finally get it into the Hall of Fame?
No, the Tigers are retiring his number.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
The franchise is just retiring his number, but it's another step, man. In the process. But I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that there's going to actually be people in attendance because he deserves that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So the Tigers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I had this video queued up. So Detroit Tigers finally retiring Lou Whitaker's number, and then here's some highlights of Sweet Lou when he played for the Tigers.
Greatest dynamic duo.
And although he lacks power, just watch this. A 3-run inside the park. Second base.
That's crazy.
Alan Trammell were inseparable in the minors and now comprise the major's youngest double play combination. So, at second base for the Tigers, Lou Whitaker.
Look at that, man.
Right here.
Man, good old Tiger Stadium, man. Jesus.
The nightmare has occurred. Boucher will not figure in the decision.
So the dynamic duel, they never got, even though I think they never just got the same recognition. Now, if they were, you think if they were wearing a Yankees jersey, Alex, they would already been inducted?
I don't know, man. I don't want to be too biased because I'll give the Yankees a pass on that one. No, I mean, there's so many players that are overlooked because there's other players that are that need to go in before them. And Alan Trammell, he got put in Hall of Fame in 2018, and he spoke and he said that he hoped that one day Lou Whitaker would get his he'll make it there, man. It just takes longer for others sometimes. So this is a good step, and you think about it, if they would have. Like they always say, man, hey, you got to give somebody their flowers before they're gone, not after they're gone. So I'm happy for him.
True.
I would definitely be at that game. That's for sure. So
Tigers are horrible, 13-24. I know you went to. I think you said. I don't know. I didn't ask. Did you go over there and watch the? Did you watch some games with my dad? Because
no. They couldn't find it. I think he was listening to it on the radio. I think I'm not sure, but
so I'm kind of confused because he purchased the MLB package, right? But he can't watch it while he was in Detroit, but he can watch it here, which, I don't know. But yeah, my mom sent me a picture. She's like, "Oh, it's blacked out," and I'm like, "I don't understand."
Right.
How did I know he's there? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I don't know. Maybe if he logs out, logs back in, that could work. Just throwing it out there, but
there you go, Mom.
Yeah, they did. They did sweep, Kansas City. So, I mean, that's a good thing. If they're going to start winning, it's got to be like ASAP. So they lost yesterday to the Cubs 4-2, and then they're playing them today at 4-10. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. It is getting warmer, though. So we'll see. Maybe they're heating up.
Red Wings are 19-27-10, still horrible. but hockey's still going. I think they're about a month behind the NBA. We're gonna move
They only
on.
got one game left. Well, the playoffs start this week, don't they? The NHL playoffs.
No, they're playing. No, they play 82 games too.
Okay, I don't know why I heard something. I thought it was starting already.
47. No, they got about another 20 games.
Okay.
So we'll move on to the NBA. In NBA, a lot of games. They're going to be finishing up this week. The Pistons lost last night. They only have one game left. I think.
That's who it was. Then I'm sorry, I was confusing the Ravens with the Pistons. I mean, it's kind of easy to do that. They both suck, but you get my point.
So I don't know who Bon QQ is. Alex got a crooked ear. Is he an MMA fighter?
Do I?
You got cauliflower ear?
That is the nastiest shit in the world. God bless the wrestlers.
It is, yeah.
So the Pistons, it looks like they tanked their season. This way I look at. I know they re-signed Dwayne Casey.
Oh right.
The Pistons are 20-51, and they have one more game left, and that's it.
Thank God.
They're officially in last place, and they'll probably stay there. So a 40-year-old Heat veteran, and I hate him, Udonis Haslem.
Did you?
He got ejected. I don't think he played all season. And
this was the first time, and he got put in, and he started a fight.
Wow. Yeah, like 3 minutes.
Right. He made his presence felt really quick. So
only to unveil.
I'll play this.
I didn't even know he was still in the league, man.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Got a couple rings though. I mean, they.
Yep.
Great utility, off the bench player for sure.
With a few games to go left in the season.
I'm gonna get some time. I'm gonna make it worse. Everyone's wild.
Couple of games, nice move by Furkan Korkmaz. He had missed 4 games with a sprained right ankle. And Miami continues the onslaught. Tyler Hero coming off of a big game the other night. That's his first bucket.
Oh.
And a foul is called on Haslem.
Now Haslam's having words with Dwight Howard.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm loving this right now. Oh, here we go.
Haslem pointing the finger, may have made contact. He talked about his toughness before, Reggie. There is a certain sense of urgency to this game for both teams. Although Miami has jumped in front with red-hot shooting.
This is great because these two teams potentially could see one another.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the second round. See, first of all, Howard throws him to the ground here.
Oh, he just got mad because he just pulled
he got tangled up for a rebound. Now here's the words between Haslam, and there's the point. May have been contact.
There was it. He was ejected.
All he did was an Olay, and he fell on his ass, and he was embarrassed and got mad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I'm gonna watch what I can to the NBA playoffs.
So we'll move on to the last final story, and I know this podcast has gone way long time, but we have some great topics. Monique was great, and we
were vibing. We talked to her for a minute.
Yeah, we talked to her for a minute. So this was Kobe Bryant's Vanessa's kids visit the Hall of Fame. This might be a tearjerker. Love you always.
Dope pictures. I want that blue one so bad. That blue jersey is dope. It's my favorite picture right there. That's sweet.
So, I mean, Hold on, I'll bring up the picture. But
I like that picture with his daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring it
That
up.
is,
It's like, oh,
so dope. So
poor
dope.
baby. But to know that her dad was a legend, that's awesome.
Yeah. Mm.
Love that. As like,
Well, that's all I got.
that picture said 1,000 plus more words right there.
Yeah. Really did. Really did. So, I just found out that a friend of mine from a long time, acquaintance and friend back in the day. As we grew older, we, kind of went our separate ways and friends. But he has a lot of mutual friends. Joey Augusta. He passed away last night in his sleep.
Sorry to hear that. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, he was a great.
Condolences to his family.
Thank you. Yeah,
everyone.
he has kids with a girlfriend of mine, an acquaintance of mine who owns a local bar in Michigan. So that was her first love, and and they have children together and grandchildren together. And Joey was always a huge part of the kids' lives. And my friend, my girlfriend, has suffered a lot of loss. She recently, right before Zach passed, she lost, her current love of her life. So her first love and her last love are now together. And so my prayers and love and light go out to you, Katina, and your family, your children, your grandchildren. You've suffered a lot of loss recently, and I just continue to pray for your strength and everybody in your family and all that knew and loved Joey and also Thalmer. So my prayers go out to you guys. You all are in my thoughts, and love you all, and stay strong.
Can't use wireless Bluetooth with what we're doing our program on, bro. But thanks for the tip.
Those are wireless, right? Tori?
Mine, no. No, I don't use the wireless ones because several reasons. I don't use the wireless ones because, one, I'm really bad at remembering to charge stuff because I got so much shit going on. And two, with the way our connection is in Arizona, the wind blows and then we're done. We just can't. It's too risky.
I got wireless ones over there, but
it's just too
better.
risky.
I can hear better with there, and that's the main thing. I don't need
and
to
that's
look
the
cool.
thing. If my internet goes out, I can hurry up and jump on a different, different wave and be okay. I don't got to worry about reconnecting my headphones and all that, or them going in and out and connecting, especially, like I said, especially here in Arizona, at any given moment, the wind blows and we have a windstorm and something happens. So it's just too much of a risk, even though I like them. It's better to just have the wire.
Have the wire. So that's all I got. Next Wednesday, tune in 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. We're gonna have DJ McLove. I'll play a little bit of he's always selling his CDs, his USBs. So if you want to listen to McLove, there you go.
Coming to My Arms by Stephanie Bennett. Damn, I still got it.
Look at you.
What that is?
If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so you could contact him at 313.
I'm sorry, Judy Torres. My bad.
Okay. You can contact him at 313-213-2800 for any DJ stuff. He mostly mixes, I think, freestyle. I don't think he does anything else, but there you go. If you want to reach out to him, he'll be on the show next Wednesday. I know for a long time, ever since I was a kid.
Shout out Hurricane Productions, baby.
Yeah, so been DJing forever and ever and ever. I think that's pretty much all I got. You can follow me at Greek Swift on all platforms. Alex?
Yeah, you can follow me at SportsMile313 on Instagram and Instagram and Twitter. And once again, like I said, the other show, we appreciate it if everybody hits the subscribe button and the alert button on whatever you listen to your podcast or music on or download. Much love. That's all I got. You guys have a blessed weekend, and Mamba forever. Rest in peace to your, like I said, your friend and family and all that. I'm sorry to hear that we have to leave the show like with something like that. But my deepest condolences, and that's all I got.
Thank you.
Hang in there. Hang in there.
Thanks. You can follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, and The Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter. That's all I have, y'all. Be safe. Tell your loved ones you love them when you can and as often as you can, because you never know if it'll be the last time. And be kind to one another.
Right. So make sure you guys mask up, wash your hands, wash your culo. That's all I got, and I'll leave you with this video or this outro. Sorry. Outro. Peace out, guys. Take it easy. Have a safe Saturday. Love ya. Not till next time.
Much love.
Lucas.
Peace out.